Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the podcast where we think we know everything, but we don't know shit. But we have a good show tonight. We know that. We have a whole lot to talk about too. We know that because we just barely won by the chin, by the hair on our chin last night. It was ugly as hell. It was a stupid game, but we won. And a dub is a dub, right? I guess. Can't really blame Justin, or can we? Justin had some costly turnovers. And he had a throw to Mooney that he kind of overthrew that ball. It was a fucking bullet, but he overthrew that ball. That was so we have a whole lot to talk about. DJ Moore is a fucking man. He's a man. He's a grown man. He plays grown man football every week. Every week. He comes out and he plays. The defense actually looked good yesterday, too. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a whole lot more. And we may have former Viking Fred Evans, defensive tackle. We might have him on to talk his shit, too. So we got a lot of show tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. I can't wait. It's cold as fuck outside. That's why I still got my hat on. It's cold as hell. Oh, my God. But I'm inside now. The heat is on, but I'm still cold. Hey, but anyway, let's go, man.
You are now rocking with the Chicago Clubhouse podcast, where they think they know everything, but honestly, they don't know shit.
Summer league games and they tell you about these new up and coming coaches.
I think we should get rid of every motherfucking owner in Chicago.
Enzo and Caruso, both when they are on the corner, like your defensive generals.
But they need to get that strong safety who's not scared to hit somebody.
They really don't know shit.
And we are back. Yes, we are back, and we are going to talk some more Bears. We're not getting into the Bulls because who the fuck wants to talk about basketball season when football season is going on? Who the fuck wants to do that? Not I. So we're going to talk some more Bears. We're going to talk about that game we saw last night. It wasn't a shit show. It wasn't a shit show. It wasn't pretty, but it wasn't a shit show. So I'm going to bring in my all-star team. First up, my man who knows all of the stats from the 80s and 90s. Basketball and football, but like I said, we ain't talking about no fucking basketball tonight. My man, JB.
What up, T?
What up with you, JB?
Man, I'm good. You said we ain't talking no basketball.
Nah, we ain't talking no Bulls tonight, man. Fuck that.
Oh, no, I ain't say nothing about the Bulls. Damn them and Billy Donovan. Find him, too. I was talking about basketball because UCW, University of Chicago, Woodlawn High School, won both our games tonight. I'm 1-0, baby.
So you had to mention that part. Okay, big ups. Yeah.
At least one Chicago team won.
So how do you feel about that game yesterday? Really? Thumbs down? All around thumbs down?
No. So if we were giving grades, the defense played out their minds. I like that. Reminded me of some Baltimore Ravens 2000 type defense stuff, 4 takeaways and stuff. That's what that reminded me of.
Yeah, the defense play, but man, look, if you take away the ball, let's capitalize, man. We can't take that shit away. They say, "Oh, we were just playing here. You got it back."
Well, that's why I said that reminds me of all them Ravens games when the defense won and they 5-6 games they won in a row, no offensive touchdown scored. That's what it reminds me of. I mean, dude, we won 12-10.
Yeah, man. That's a skimpy.
And Justin played okay. Justin played pretty decent. He didn't play bad. He had over 260 all-purpose yards again, 27-37 completion. He didn't play bad.
So we have mixed reviews about that because I know
real talk.
A couple people that don't think Justin looked good. He did not look good, but he didn't look bad. I mean, it's not like he was syncing it up.
So time out.
Had those costly turnovers, man. You gotta hold on to that ball.
Time out. Turnovers aren't costly if they didn't result into points. So they're not costly.
Well, one of them did.
The last one, but you also
did.
But you also, TC, that's not fair. We take the ball away and we give our defense praise. We have to give their defense credit too, because one of them balls got punched out on some Peanut Tillman's type stuff. That's the defense playing well. You have to give credit to them too, because they play the game as well. They get paid too. Can't do nothing about that.
Okay.
But you can't talk about that terrible game plan.
We're gonna talk about this some more. Let's get our other guy in here. Frank, who has that Hawk talk, but we ain't talking about no fucking Hawks tonight either. And he's a little bit under the weather, but he talks so goddamn much. He wanted to come on anyway. Let's bring him in. Frank the Tank.
There's no sickness that's gonna keep me out.
Right.
I'll still be talking up.
You still gonna come on and talk, man.
No. And I will be doing at least a little Hawk talk tonight, because there was news that went on today that needs to be talked about on it, because this is some fucked up news. That
you talking about Perry? You talking about?
I'm talking about Perry
with Bedard's mother, or you talking about Patrick Kane going to Detroit?
Well, that sucks too, but I don't really care for that, because Kane went to go play with his former teammate that is a winning organization right now in Detroit, who's one of the best teams in the NHL right now. And I don't know if we can really say Detroit and Chicago are a rivalry anymore, because they left our conference. So, I mean, it hasn't really been the same since.
Oh, they're not in the Western Conference anymore?
No, they moved over to the Eastern Conference now, which
sucks.
They did that, I think, like 4 or 5 years ago. It's been a while now. And, yeah, it hasn't been the same. They really only play each other one time a year, but they do make it a very, very good one time a year.
Well, I mean, it's a long time. How many times do we used to go through when the Blackhawks used to lose to Detroit when they had Marion Hossa and them guys? Like,
those were
blades of steel, baby.
But no, we will break down a little Hawk talk, because this Perry situation, man, that shit escalated out of
I heard the rumor wasn't true, but
it's not. I mean, nobody knows what exactly is true. It's nice because I do got a Blackhawks guy inside the Blackhawks organization.
Oh, okay.
It did happen in Toronto. It did happen on the mom's trip, so they don't know what exactly happened yet. But none of the shit about it being Bedard's mom is true. Like, that was just the media had to put a name out there, and what's a better name to put out there right now than Bedard's mom?
Oh, so it was Cap.
That was clearly Cap. There is no question about that. But it is interesting to try to find out what happened. But yeah, I mean, we gotta break down Bears for sure, man. Because I mean, Terrence said it wasn't shit show. I mean, but it wasn't pretty. It was more like a pretty shit. Like if you had to look at a very pretty piece of shit. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that means, but.
For some reason, you make me think about Mr. Hanky.
Hey, that's a good example. It could be like, howdy. I can't do that voice right now with my fucking shit, but that's
but I want to. I don't know where did
I don't know. Probably had a pee again. He's got a weak bladder.
I want to jump in. So we got Skylark 99 already jumping in. Welcome, Skylark. Skylark, we jump right to it. He speaks of Cairo Santos being an MVP besides the defensive turnovers. He also gives praise to Gordon Brisker, Jalen Johnson. There's a name. He talking about he want to get paid.
Yeah.
He played damn well. He got a pick, almost got a second pick, and caused another.
You said a few names right there, and one name that just got brought up in Pro Bowl conversations now is Kyler Gordon.
Kyler Gordon, yes.
And I will vouch for that because since he's come back from injury, that's when this defense has just been a stepping stone up, even though a lot of people came back from injury. But him guarding those tight ends in the middle and then still plugging out to the receivers in the slot, kid does everything. He should be in the freaking Pro Bowl.
Controversial moment of the game, though. I don't like to give up free yardage. Those referees are full of it because that man's face mask
got ripped the fuck off of the helmet, dude. I've never seen that before.
And he's taking it off like, hey, ref. Like, and he's showing him, he's holding it. Like, dude, look at my helmet. Like, I'm doing this because clearly somebody grabbed my face mask, ripped it off. But you all don't want to call that, but you want to call me for taking it off, showing you guys.
It wasn't, he didn't even take it off showing at first. He just took it off because the helmet face mask was ripped. And then when he got called on, he was like, dude, like, seriously? I've never actually seen a face mask tore off of a freaking helmet before.
Years ago, like years.
I've never seen it at least. Like that's crazy, man.
Years ago. I've seen a football player's finger get caught in and broken, caught in it, but different things. So before T gets back, I don't know what he's doing. Let's just dive right into. Do we have any highlights?
We can dive right into the highlights. I'm cool with that. T's already in, but I'm
brief intermission. I'm back.
We're already gonna go right to the highlights, man, and then just go from there.
All right, let's do it. Go to the highlights.
I got you. Wait a minute, is that the highlights?
Shout out to Easy for the highlights we're about to watch.
Where is
it?
Are
they highlights or low lights?
I'm only seeing a Lions highlight on here. Why am
both? I guess highlights and low lights, right?
Did it get moved? Because I'm only seeing a Lions highlight.
Damn, man, I got them right here.
All right, you.
It doesn't come right out. Fields in trouble, shows off what he can do with his legs, and finds Johnson. 3 third-down conversions on this first possession. Fields able to get away, and now finds Herbert. 3rd down and 9 as a result of the first 2 plays, and now a sack for Montez Sweat. The Bears. Fields keeps, gets to the edge, and his first big. Wants to throw. Now gets Roschon Johnson. A lot of room. Johnson inside the 3rd down and 21. Fields underneath. Roschon Johnson. Everybody up and coming after Fields. He's got Kmet. And Kmet's got the first down. Inside the 20. 25-yard try. Snap was high. Kick is good. Dobbs protected and picked by Jalen Johnson. Johnson on the return will take it down inside the 40. A lot more snaps. Dobbs too hot and on the laying out and being able to intercept that pass. Here's DJ Moore getting the pass on the edge. Fields has been good. Dobbs to the sideline and nearly intercepted. He was counting 6 points. Instead, back to work he goes, and DJ Moore. They fake it to Madison. Dobbs is sacked. It's 3rd and 11. Pressure right up the middle, and here's Hawkinson near clock. They're going to snap it. Here's Hawkinson. Catch made. Tackle made. Fielder vital. Hand off to Johnson. He is able to right now. Here's a quarterback run. Able to knock it through. Tonight, they've got some good young players. Here's Chandler. Analytics likes this call up to 6 yards. 4th down and 3. And this one up in the air and picked off by Edwards. Here's Fields. He keeps. Has the edge. And the evaluation is tonight, and it's through the rest of this season. I don't think they know the answer yet. Here's DJ Moore. Situations. 55-yard try by Santos. He drills it. Ngakwe just limped off the field for the Bears. This one is intercepted by Chicago. 3rd down and 4. Fields backpedaling, and he's got Mooney for a first down.
Yards to maybe get a 3-point attempt.
Here is a dangerous throw
From where they were a year ago.
That was just a 26-yard punt. Fields finds Moore, spinning catch, and he's got. Fields lets it go. DJ Moore has it down inside the 15. Play clock at 4. Good snap, good hold, good kick. Bears are back on top with 10 seconds to go. Except for TJ Edwards. And underneath, here we go. Osborne makes the initial catch. And that ball's out. Madison laterals. Osborne back in control. Dobbs has got it. This looks like a forward pass, and an illegal forward pass at that, but we're going to keep playing.
Yeah, this is entertaining. It's not going to count, but heck, keep it rolling.
Go back.
Yeah.
No, don't everybody speak at once.
So, Chicago Clubhouse, what do you want to talk about?
Well, how about
I'm going to
this?
start it off.
Before we say anything, let's bring in our guy Easy, who put together the highlights. So we had to watch them a few times. Ain't that right, Easy?
Oh yeah, that's absolutely right. Hope you guys enjoyed the highlights. I really like putting them together. Frank,
Yeah.
what?
Look
What,
so
Frank?
excited of highlights, man.
What are you looking at?
I
Frank?
wish we could have just played that clown music in the background during all
Oh,
of
the
those.
Benny Hill theme.
That was funny as hell. I
Yeah,
wish
that was
we had
funny.
that.
And it's
That
blowing
was
up, by the way, so
hilarious.
shout out to Crazy Ace for that. I was going to put the Benny Hill theme over it, but I didn't want to. I just didn't feel like it. But, yeah, great. You know, I liked putting together the highlights of this game because the Bears scored more points than their opponent, and that usually makes it more fun.
You usually win those games. You
Yes.
usually win those games.
More often than not, absolutely. And
But
yeah,
if there's
look,
any
I
team who
know-
would find a way to lose them, it would be the Bears.
You know, I know that the season's a lost cause, but I'm celebrating every win I could get. That was very, and I know it was a boring game, but I enjoyed it because it
This
was a
is
win.
the positive thing to say is, I mean, we obviously want a better draft pick, but we still stuck at 4 while winning a conference game. So I'm happy about that.
No, the other positive thing is we had like the past 3 games, the defense has played really well for most of the game, and I think that you know when you look at it like that, it's like this is something to build on. Like we're seeing progress, we're seeing actual progress. You know, doesn't mean I like our coaching staff by any means, but you know, credit where it's due. And
JB's got something to say about that, but
I definitely do, because you said the last 3 games our defense have played well.
well, for most of the game.
Oh, I'm about to say, because it takes a complete game most times to win, because we did give up 31 points last game.
Well, okay, let's we give up 29 points. I'm not holding the safety against the defense, but I know what you're saying.
No, you're right. I'm not even gonna hold it against the defense. I'm gonna hold it against Darnell Wright because he kicked it out the end zone.
well, aren't you supposed to kick it out of the end zone?
No, Darnell Wright kicked it out the end
Yeah,
zone.
but you want to take a safety on that instead of them getting a touchdown or falling on it and getting the ball at the 1-yard line, because then you could try a pooch kick or some imaginary bullshit where you could possibly get the ball back.
No, I'm actually with Frank on this one.
No, you get the ball, you fall on the ball, get it, secure it for ourselves.
But it was 4th down.
It was
No,
not
it was
fourth
first down.
First down.
Oh, was it 1st down?
It was the
Yeah.
first play after they scored.
Oh, okay. My mistake. I
Ball
thought
on
it
it
was
at the
4th.
1-yard line, and then you just got to do kind of what the Vikings did on the last play against
Well,
us.
no, we had, if I'm not mistaken, we got the
We had
ball
like
with
20
26
seconds and no
seconds left.
timeouts.
26 seconds left, I think, and we had maybe 1 timeout possibly.
We had like 1 timeout.
So we had a chance to possibly do something.
Well,
But
it was
you
bad.
always-
It was
you
just-
always
it was-
get
But if
ball.
he would have fell on the ball, it would have been a running clock still, too, wouldn't it? I guess it really doesn't matter who the.
No, if you fall on the ball, you call the timeout, Frank.
We didn't have any more timeouts. We had 0
and then you
timeouts.
win, no, you had a timeout.
We had 1
And then you
timeout.
win
left?
the game.
I thought we had.
I don't know, but I'm saying I would rather take those chances than to just kick, because on on the safety punt,
Yeah.
there is no recovery. You would have to go down there and hit them and make sure they fumble the ball and get the ball
I guess
back.
a peanut punch they would be.
Yeah.
Well,
so,
no, you could do a drop kick on a safety punt or something.
Yeah, you would have to do that drop kick. That's
what I'm
what
saying. Who drop kicks on our team easy? Like,
I don't know. Maybe
get that guy from the longest yard.
Usually somebody from like a rugby league does a drop kick. Like,
maybe we should.
No, but I mean, like
it's better than Velus Jones.
That was an interesting play, like the safety onside kick, because the thing is, like, it's kind of impossible to get because you can't interfere with a fair catch, and all the other team has to do is fair catch it. So you gotta, like, I think there is a way to stop it. You just gotta like push another guy into the guy who's calling for the fair catch. That's what Jasir Taylor of the Chargers does.
Yeah, let's stick on the game that we just.
Yeah, we're on a tangent.
Well, I was just saying that because our defense played well for like 55 minutes. But here's the thing. The carryover. I like the fact that Eberflus dialed up a lot more pressure this game. I like the fact that the defensive backs played more press man. I don't know if you noticed that, guys. They played a lot more press man and a lot less zone and a lot less fucking prevent, which I hate when they play that prevent. Because in my opinion, prevent prevents you from winning. Oh, thank you, Jeremy. The Bears had 2 timeouts. That's even worse.
I thought they had 0. So
I knew they at least had 1. What's up, Bullets?
Doesn't matter.
Here we go. Let's get them on. CM Punk.
The second the ball was stripped, the game was over. But anyway.
Well, that's like, I mean, one thing I'm going to say defensively, and I wanted to say this because they said it in the post-game show too. Mm-hmm. Montez Sweat had to get 1.5 sacks, which annoys the fuck out of me because it was shown on that highlight too that Izzy made. Brisker did absolutely nothing. He was just running behind Montez Sweat, who was throwing his guy out of the way, and then still got there around the exact same time to get a 1/2 sack. That was all Montez Sweat. I wish they can go back and give him a full sack on that one.
It was. I know exactly what you're talking about, but you know what? I'll still take it because unlike what Eberflus said last week when the media asked him why wasn't Montez Sweat on the field more, and his answer was, that's what we do, we rotate. Yeah, I think
you don't fucking rotate with that guy.
Hey, you only rotate if you have a bunch of good players.
I'm pretty sure he was out there over 90% of the snaps today.
You rotate. It was 70, 71 or 77, I believe.
That's still not enough.
It's not. But here's my thing. For Eberflus to even say that, I think somebody on high gave him a call like, hey, you know we're paying this dude $98 million, right? You might want to put him in the game.
Especially since he's a dynamic run stopper, too. You have no reason whatsoever for him not to be out on the field.
As well. And that's why I said, although we giving a lot of praise to what the defense is doing now, and I think more of it is because we're healthy and we're more complete at this point in time. But I still Eberflus, it shouldn't have to take his back against the wall like he's a cornered cat for him to just say, well, I'm just going to start blitzing my best players. Like, oh, there's a novel idea.
Yeah.
But then the turnovers come and you see what happens. That's what the hits principle is, and we saw what he finally wanted to do. But, hey, is this a case of too little, too late? Because when you go on the other side of the ball, as great as the defense played, I don't know about y'all, I'm giving the defense a solid A. I didn't see one.
Honestly,
gave him an A+, and I agree. You know, like, I think the defense played an outstanding game, and you can't be mad at a defense for giving up 1 touchdown on the run.
I'm not at all.
Yeah, that's where I'm going to go with this.
So yeah, I'm with you.
I would be giving them a solid A because of that 1 touchdown that they gave up. But at the same time, and it was off of a turnover. That was off of Justin Fields' first fumble.
Mm-hmm.
But what's changed me back was they went right back out on the field when Justin fumbled it again and put up a quick 3 and fucking out.
Right. And that's why I said I give them a solid A, like no wiggle room.
That was the first time. I think this was the first time I heard Gervon Dexter's name in.
Dexter had a great game.
He was all over. You know, there was one play where he on a screen pass where he found himself in the backfield a little quick. You know, he was on Dobbs and he still attacked Dobbs. Even though it was a screen, like the guard just kind of moved off of him. And that's one of those plays where Alex Brown always says, you know, you like if you find yourself in the backfield that quick, it's not because you're that good. It's because it's a screen. Right. So some things he's got to work out, of course, but no, he definitely played, as well as I've seen him play. And that's encouraging.
Hey, guys, real quick. Look in the comments real quick.
Which one? Because this is a lot.
It's a lot of good content here.
Yeah.
Go straight to what Crazy Ace just said.
The last one. I was gonna wait for that one because that's he didn't really do anything. He missed a lot of missed tackles again. Like he probably was the only one on defense other than Ngakoue, who did absolutely nothing other than miss 2 sacks.
So here's the thing. We spoke about how the defensive backfield is ascending. Well, now I look at Eddie Jackson as he's just along for the ride at this point, because now you look at the great play of Brisker, Gordon, and Jalen Johnson. And then when Elijah Hicks came in, Elijah Hicks actually played pretty well for the limited amount of time he came in. I'm not saying he should
repping Elijah as well. I was proud.
Correct. I'm not saying he should start over Eddie, but now at least if you let Eddie walk or do whatever, now you can get a solid, strong safety in the fourth, 5th round, or one in free agent. But if you can't, Elijah Hicks is at least serviceable with what he has around him.
Kind of like a DeAndre Houston Carson or something along those lines,
Which he wasn't bad.
Exactly. And Eddie Jackson, part of the reason why we're so hard on him is because he's getting paid a lot of money. And I don't even think I think Eddie Jackson would be a lot better in a scheme that allows for a safety to not, hit so much. But there aren't very many of those, where you want to be successful. I do think it's time to move on from Eddie Jackson, because if the whole idea of this defense is, we want to make turnovers, we need guys who are going to be around the ball all the time. Guys who are going to be in there, getting their nose dirty, making plays. The name that always comes to mind is Mike Brown, of course.
Well, now, in fairness, Mike Brown was not your stereotypical strong.
Safety.
Well, strong.
He was a safety.
He was a hybrid.
Yeah, he was like a hybrid. Well, yeah, he was kind of like Honey Badger.
Correct.
I always say Mike Brown walked so Honey Badger could run.
Or what Jamal Adams used to be.
Right. Before he
started getting hurt. Right. So if we have that a little bit in Brisker, I mean, obviously we would love to have the next Ronnie Lott, Troy Polamalu, Ed Reed type player. I think we got to give Brisker the nod because he gets his nose in the run game. He makes tackles for losses. He gets sacks. He shows that he's Johnny on the spot with kicking, picking off the balls and stuff. When the tip drill, is so important. That's why they practice it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kyler had a great interception off the tip drill.
And guess who got the tip? Justin Jones of all people.
Yep,
good should have had the interception.
We don't call his name much.
Kyler bailed his ass out, but hey, we'll take it.
I definitely would take it.
Yeah.
I want to segue a little bit before we come back to the defense, because I also want to talk about the good, phenomenal play, the linebacking core. The linebacking core played very, very well. I was very happy with all three. I did not. Here's the other thing that I noticed, because remember I told you guys when they go to nickel, one of the linebackers comes off, and it was. I like the fact that Tremaine Edmonds and TJ Edwards actually split the field in half and actually made plays this time. That's what we've been waiting for. That's what we wanted, guys. Remember, we wanted Nicholas Morrow to do that because of his speed. But he never latch on.
It was Sanborn going off the field, right?
Because when Sanborn goes off the field, that brings Kyler in.
Right, for nickel.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like, Kyler is in a perfect world, Kyler doesn't come off the field. In a perfect,
I agree. And it's hard because, like,
why do Kyler would stay out?
Maybe can you answer this? Why don't teams run nickel all the time?
Because if they run, like you got a team that's got you're not running nickel against Derrick Henry,
right?
Or Alvin Kamara,
dominant run game.
What if you had what if you run like a big nickel with like a really big safety?
But especially we wouldn't run it because we don't have.
Simmons, you need
we don't have a 3 technique
or something like that, or Kyle Hamilton, who's 6'4", 230.
I love Hamilton. I wanted the Bears to take Hamilton that one year. I love that guy.
I did. Out of Notre Dame, that kid can ball.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I was saying, Crazy. Edmonds and Edwards were very productive. I was very pleased. Like I said, the front 7 balled out, the back 4 balled out. I was very, very, very pleased.
Yeah.
But let's flip to the other side of the ball. We have some questions in the chat that I wanted to
Well, I mean, we have a lot of questions all about one specific topic that I've probably heard in the comments at least.
Well, we're going to get to that real quick. But
go shut up, man.
Because that comes on a lot. Matter of fact, who was that? Scott Bowman? Love the CM Punk reference. Love it. Watched him on Saturday. And again, love the CM Punk reference. That was pretty cool. But it was crazy at 8:25 said, supposedly the plan was for a vertical game to get rid of the ball quick, which is fine. But when your first play is a screen to commit and Scott is left to block, it's like, what the F? It should be the other way around. I absolutely agree with you, Crazy, because here's the thing.
Wholeheartedly.
The Tyler Scott staying into block is a bad decision. Bad things happen. Bad things happen when that little dude stays in the block. Bad things happen. Now, I do want to say this because, there are multiple people on here that are speaking about the game plan. Let's go down. I think Bullets asked a question. Where did it go?
You know what? I probably while you're talking.
Oh, Scott's got the jokes tonight.
Well, my mother even said, JB, answer Bullet's question. Yes, ma'am. Let me go back to it. JB, answer me this. Why does Luke Sketchy, not Getsy, but Sketchy, think the end zone is on the sidelines? That's a great question. Because he's an idiot. That's like the most logical answer I can get.
Or just to add to your game plan.
Yeah, there you go, Frank. Thank you. Everybody, let's count like we on Sesame Street. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All those passes behind the line of scrimmage. Now, Justin did throw the ball 37 times, completed 27. But if you notice something, look at the plays left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And to be honest with you, I'd say probably 4, maybe 5 of those middle passes were off of him scrambling.
Of course.
And then finding the guy in the middle.
But just look at it, Frank. Count from the hash to the left.
Hey, I don't
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now count from the hash to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He mirrored himself. He mirrored his game.
And then that leads to
call screen pass. Oh, still call a screen pass, but do it to the other side.
Oh, it was such a great meme.
And then he
that is a beautiful meme, man. Like,
this is where I get pissed because we talk about the Bears playing a complete game. If you look, go put that chart back up, Frank. The one to the left, far left, up on the back of the sideline, that was DJ Moore. Because remember, he broke the tackle. When you got far to the left, you got green, white, green. That last green one was the one where he broke. Look at the big ones. DJ Moore pass. Cole Kmet pass. Mooney pass. Roshan Johnson pass. Roshan Johnson in the middle pass. Khalil Herbert to the right sideline for 10 yards pass. Then you got another Mooney at Kmet. And then you have the deep one of 20-plus yards to DJ Moore. You know what I see here? I see a trend. I see when they get into the offense, they want to dink and dunk with this screen crap. When they get in trouble, they want to throw the ball in the middle of the field. How about you start off throwing the ball vertically? And then if you catch a defense off guard, you throw the screen. Because what's not going to happen is it's not going to be sustained. I look at 2 plays where I thought Darnell Mooney was dead. When he got
one of them I'm going to give on Justin. It was a bad throw. He missed him, but
no, I'm talking about the throw on the sideline where he caught, and as soon as he caught it, they just
you heard a loud pop
because they're waiting on it.
No, poor Darnell. Like Darnell, the whole report on Darnell when he came out of college is that he's talented, he works hard, but he probably won't make it in the NFL because he's undersized. Now he's blown those expectations away. He's become a decent receiver, but man, the poor guy, so many hospital passes with that guy. And I just, I worry about the man. I worry about his well-being because he's kind of fearless. He's never been afraid of getting his nose dirty. He's always been a fierce competitor. All those, Fields really kind of put him in harm's way yesterday.
They did.
This is the one thing I'm going to say in regards to the offense. And I searched all night to see what the record is, NFL record for the most fucking screen passes thrown in a game. I could not find any record with that on it. All I remember was, I believe it was 2021, where the NFL went nuts when Mac Jones and the Patriots threw 12 screen passes in one game.
Well, they
and
only
then the Bears threw 17.
Well, no,
17 screen passes. 10 screen
about.
passes were just wide receiver screens. 3 of them were back to back to back.
In one possession.
Just switch sides.
And the thing is,
I've
it's
never
like
seen that shit.
I want to be clear that I don't think screens are inherently bad. You know,
No,
like
not 17 of them though.
It's like screens are kind of like drugs. You know, they're really cool, but only in moderation.
I wouldn't know. I don't take drugs.
I don't do drugs either.
I'm a good guy.
I'm kidding, Mom.
So, but wait, but let's dive into it a little deeper, guys. Do you all not feel, and this is to everybody, do you all not feel that throwing all these screens is not only a lack of creativity, but a lack of knowledge or more ineptitude? Because clearly on that last play to DJ Moore, Justin ripped it, looked like 30-some yards.
Well, it's more than that. I mean, it's a hazard. Like, you're going to get your receivers killed like that. Like, it is negligent play calling.
It is definitely it's coaching malpractice.
Yes, exactly. That's the word, coaching malpractice. Thank you. But
and Justin's
I do want to push back
in front of him for pressure too. That's going to cause hits on him more.
But here's the thing.
I do want to push back, JB. But
when you dial up as many blitzes as that, you have a lot of one-on-ones, you have a lot of single high safety. You have a lot of opportunities to take shots, right? When you sit up there and you rely on not just, we love Yak. Yak is good. Yak is great. But a 2-yard pass behind the line, hoping to gain 10. So that means in actuality, you need 12. That's bad math. You can't rely on that. And as you saw last night, it's not sustainable at all, but as you saw last night, if Joshua Dobbs had, let's say he took 2 of them interceptions away, we probably would have lost that game because we damn near almost lost it with the 4 turnovers. Because the ineptitude and the vanilla play calling that Getsy brings us is A, like Easy said, is going to get somebody hurt. 2, you paid Komet and you're not feeding him the ball. Although DJ Moore had 11 targets, which I like, and the rapport between, but only 3 of them were real passes.
Yeah. It's also just like the tunnel screens when, tunnel screens, I feel like you have to run those only when you've established other things already. Like it seems like almost
it's like a draw play. You don't
exactly. It's like a draw play. It's like you can only do it when you've been doing other things. But I do want to push back a little, JB, because yes, obviously there was a gross amount of screens called. I guess the idea was to counter the blitz, but there's other ways to counter the blitz. Needless to say, like I don't know why I didn't do this, but there we go.
Oh, that's a slant. Oh, that's another slant.
Wait, what's that? I've never seen that play before. You're allowed to do that? You're allowed to do slants?
Oh my God.
That's cool.
That is so new and innovative, Easy. What is that? Please tell me, what is a slant?
What is that? I've never seen
that before.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
This is straight out of 2001 Madden.
Oh my God. Are you Bill Walsh?
No. Fuck me, man. No, it's serious.
Wait, is that part of the West Coast offense?
West Coast? What? Wait, offense? What's offense?
Oh, I don't know.
But on the real, there was a situation. There was a 3rd and 7 or 3rd and 9, I think. We had it in their territory, and this was the Vikings. They stacked the line, right? You have 7 up front, and you have 4 guys far back, right? So say my screen is the line of scrimmage. You got 7 up front, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And Fields took the snap, and you knew he was going to throw to DJ Moore right away, and he threw that little out route, kind of immediately to Moore. It was incomplete, but it had any of those receivers just run a quick little slant.
We have fast receivers.
You have a first down. I don't understand not calling. I don't understand not calling. Any of those little inside. Like the 90x hot or whatever you want to call it.
Let me bring you 2 plays that come to mind. One of them we already talked about, the Darnell Mooney one, which was just terrible because he also mirrored that. Because remember, DJ got popped on one real good too on the screen. But did you all see the one where it wasn't? What's their star defensive end name? His name escapes.
Danielle Hunter.
It wasn't the Daniil Hunter one. It was the other defensive end where he just shot the screen and almost intercepted it from the defensive end.
I know what you're talking about. I don't remember who. Oh, no, I don't remember his name.
But you know the play because Daniil is 98. This was number 99, I believe.
Right.
That lets you know right there that even the defensive end was waiting on it. He said, forget rushing the quarterback. I'm going straight to the pass lanes because I know this is coming.
I mean, you think he would have learned by now based on what happened in that Tampa game when he called the exact same screen 3 times in a row and it led to the pick six.
It led to the pick six.
The Maimonides ladder, as we call it. But it's but my one pushback is, yes, obviously, like they were calling these screens to counter the blitz, which is good sometimes, but not every time because the defensive ends will be aware of it. Especially Flores, he knows what's coming. Like he's smart enough to coach his guys in the right way. That being said, during the times when they did call downfield plays, Justin was still doing that thing where he holds the ball too long.
Nobody was open.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, there were a couple quarterback camera showings, and there were not a lot of people open. These routes that Getsy has his team running are not quick and out type routes. Like they run deeper routes that take more time off of it, which makes Justin hold on to the ball longer.
But if
that kind of clarifies.
If you know football, when they're in the cover one man high or in zero coverage, you're supposed to take shots, right? But when they drop back and they're sending 7 or 8, you automatically know that's man.
Yeah.
What about some crossing routes? Everybody was like, not everybody, but there were some people that were like, yeah, but Justin, and I'm listening to talk radio. I'm like, some of you people that I'm listening to that's getting paid 6 figures to do this, y'all are idiots. You want the man to throw, he's all the way on the left-hand side, damn out of bounds. You want to throw all the way to the other side on the EQ? Because
we're talking about the
side?
Yeah.
The announcers even said that too. He was open, but that was way on the other side. So
there's nobody that can make that throw.
No, they've been watching too much.
That's
Mahomes.
a big 6 waiting to happen right
That's like Steph Curry disease, where they're like, why doesn't he shoot more? Why doesn't this guy shoot more? Well, not everyone's Steph Curry. Not everyone's Patrick Mahomes. Not everyone's just going to make that throw.
Thank you.
It's just very, very dumb, and it's
But and they get paid to talk. Ain't that some shit? They get paid.
Yeah, to talk. I mean, hey, I'd love to get paid to talk. I would talk.
We make a lot of sense to them. I promise you, I'm listening. And there's some more shit that's going on too, because when I'm listening this morning, it's like last week they said that's how we want Justin to play, but Justin ran too much. This week they say, oh, he threw well. Yay, he only had 10 incompletions. DJ Moore had 11 catches and another 100 yards. It seems like every time Justin actually throws the ball to DJ goes off. But then you run all these little bubble screens and exotic screens and tight end screens and bubble screens and comeback screens and paper screens and window screens and whatever, sunscreen, all the screens you can name up.
This is where it's.
But what do you want him to do? What did he run the ball, y'all? I think 7, 8, 9 times, something like that. He didn't run the ball that much.
6 times Fields only ran the ball.
So it's like, what do you want him to do when the idiot Jackaloon over here is the one making the calls?
JB, I know it's rhetorical, but actually, I have an answer to that.
Please enlighten me, because I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. My answer to that, this is not. Right? And look, this is something that I'm not sure, falls within his authority. Mm-hmm. But I want to see him just call his own plays. Look. I'm tired of this. We're not running this goddamn screen on this play. I want to, run the slant. Come up with the symbol, when he sees, the four high defensive backs and the 7 guys at the line of scrimmage, want him to, look over at DJ Moore, wave his hand, and he's like, oh, okay, DJ Moore knows now. Okay, I'm going to run that slant. And then, he takes the snap, fires that slant. I want to see Justin kind of take matters into his own hands. That being said,
who are we talking about?
Kid, he's trying to get a contract. And, if he's wrong, I don't want him to lose his own leverage because of that. If he's wrong and he makes the wrong read on something like that when he tries to take matters into his own hands, not only will that destroy his confidence, but also he's gonna lose trust in his coaches, and then I understand why he wouldn't want to make those kinds of decisions.
But give me a better example. I want you to expound on that just a little bit more because I have a rebuttal to that, but I want to ask it in question form.
Okay. Oh, a better example of
the reason why he would lose confidence if him and the receiver made their own call, because I can give you a couple of duos that used to make their own calls and make their coach look better because the coach was like, ooh thank you.
Oh, no, I can think of some duos as well. Just off the top of my head, Peyton Manning and Marvin, who, by the way, I want his son.
Tom Moore, who was a great offensive coordinator. Love Tom Moore.
Brett Favre and Donald Driver.
Holmgren.
Yeah, with Holmgren. Yeah. Drew Brees and whoever the hell his receivers were. There's Sean Payton mic'd up in the Super Bowl asking Drew Brees before he calls a play, do you like this play? Like, do you want to run this? Like, are you comfortable with this? And I feel like Getsy's more like, here, run this, because this is what we're comfortable with you running. And Fields is like, and I want Fields to say at some point, which is expecting a lot out of a kid, to be like, no, I'm not going to run this. I'm going to do this because this is better. This is what I'm seeing on the field. So yeah, that's kind of dang crazy.
At
I don't know.
Times I feel like I want a little bit more Jay Cutler in Justin Fields, just to say,
yes.
just shut the fuck up. I'm like,
I
said fuck you for that play.
Look,
like,
every quarterback needs a little bit of Cutler in them, a little bit.
I don't want a little Cutler, but here's the thing:
not all Cutler.
And this
we're talking about Cutler's feistiness, because I will always give somebody with Cutler.
Yeah, well, exactly. not his feistiness, his dismissiveness of what the coaches call.
No, just his like a little bit of attitude and cockiness is very important for a quarterback. And I feel like Justin, he's got some swagger, but he doesn't have like that. He still hasn't like earned his own moxie yet in some way. Like I feel like, and the only way to do that is by just kind of taking matters into his own hands. That being said, he's got all the potential in the world. Like I'm still on the train of I don't want to give up on this guy. Like look.
So let me for real. So remember I told you I had a retort / rebuttal to that, and I'm definitely want to ask you a question. At this particular stage, seeing what we've seen as a fan base and multiple fans that we are interacting with that know football, be it on a Pop Warner level to pro, college, whatever level you played, watched, hell, you could be a Madden guru. I don't care. Mm-hmm. Who do you have more confidence in? DJ Moore and Justin Fields saying, no, damn that, do this, a la Terrell Owens and Donovan McNabb in the Super Bowl when Andy Reid was like, no, you're right, run that. I don't care if you got a broken leg, run that. Or do we have more confidence in Luke Getsy, who in his second stint still doesn't look like he can get his head out of his ass? If I'm DJ Moore, I'm going to Justin like, hey, man, we ain't running that. Check this out. I'm about to bring out him, or I'm about to post corner him. There's single high safety.
I would love that.
Jumping down on Cole Kmet and run that play. Famously, and this is the person I was going to tell you about, Easy. Famously, Jim McMahon in the Minnesota game came in. Mike Dicker called a play, and Jim
he audibled out and threw a bomb.
Hey, screw you, old man. And he threw a touchdown to Dennis McKinney.
No. I'm sorry. Like, I think you might be wrong about this one. I'm sorry.
I'm absolutely wrong.
I'm pretty sure what he did was
absolutely not wrong about this.
No, they called the
absolutely
screen.
Right on this.
They called the screen on the first play that McMahon comes into the game.
He
Walter Payton was supposed to go out, for the screen pass, but he saw the linebacker cheating, up in the middle. And so as McMahon took the snap and almost fell down, Payton just comes in and just takes the linebacker out of the picture. And so, on a screen, you still have people running long. He threw it to Willie Gault instead. And he gets to the sideline, and Dick is like, what did you throw? And he's like, a bomb. And he's like, what did I call? You called the screen? Like, why are you bitching? We just scored. I'm pretty sure that's
he said I threw a touchdown.
Yeah.
He said, what did you throw? A touchdown.
Exact words of what we heard from Silky D, who was on the show.
Silky himself.
That's Jim McMahon.
This is what I heard on America's Game.
Huddle said
hey, don't listen to that.
That's what Jimmy.
He said in the huddle.
Jim McMahon said that. This is what Jim McMahon said. I could pull up the clip.
I don't remember that. I know
Silky D straight told us on the show that Jim McMahon changed the play in the huddle that says, I am not running this shit.
Okay, you know what?
What are we talking about?
You got to catch up. Just listen.
JB, we're talking about different plays, I think, then. Because the first touchdown he threw was to Gault, for sure, in that game.
I'm talking about the Minnesota game. He came in the very first play.
He stumbled because Payton picked up the blitz.
The very first play, he threw a touchdown to Willie Gault.
I know that. I'm saying Dennis McKinnon was telling us the story of how he was supposed to call a certain play. And in the huddle, he told them, man, we're not running this. And Walter said, I got you.
So how does this relate?
You were partially right about You were partially right about Walter Payton picking up that blitz, absolutely. Right. And that was not a design blitz that Walter was supposed to pick up. Walter was supposed to go out on the flat, but he saw that blitz and he read it and he took it. But
'Cause
Jim
you had
McMahon changed
one-on-one,
the play
you
in
can
the
really
huddle
go.
to go deep.
So are we relating that to the game we saw yesterday?
No, we just got into a little bit of a talk on that.
What we're saying is we wish
prime games in Minnesota.
Let's stay focused so we can
no,
end
we
this
are
shit on
focused.
time.
That's why you need to stay on. We are focused. What we're saying is
this was partial of Justin and DJ Moore. We wish they would do something like this.
we wish they would do more of that because Luke Getsy keeps calling stupid plays, and I would trust DJ Moore saying to Justin, "Hey man, we ain't running that bull. Hit me on this quick slant. Hit me on this post corner real quick. You got single high or cover zero. Cover zero, you know you're supposed to take shots. It's man to man. Cover zero."
And I wanted to bring up something.
You running screens on cover zero where everybody's coming down?
Yeah. I wanted to backtrack a little bit on the offensive discussions that we were talking about with the blitzes and everything, how he was just doing screen, stupid, go fuck yourself.
Hey, put up Skylark 851. And that's hilarious.
And it's not just calling slants. Where are the curls? Where are the big drops?
Curls.
I'd love to see some fucking curls right now. Like there are multiple ways to throw the ball on a blitz. You know, one other thing that they can do, you have explosive receivers. And you look at some of those screenplays, those cornerbacks were playing the receivers right in their fucking faces because they knew these screen passes were coming.
Hey.
Also, like you could always do that thing that
you run a blitz on him. You throw a Hail Mary up to DJ Moore.
On those cover zeros, they love to run those little slant plays where they kind of like pick off the linebackers in
rub
the corners.
Routes. Yes.
Yeah, the rub routes. And then, you have your running back open in the flat. Get the ball in Roshan's hands on the sideline. Like, good luck.
Guess what? Justin read a lot of those because if you look at all the
he did read some blitz.
Forget
no, he made some really nice throws.
But I'm saying, look at the off-script throws that Justin threw, where he was supposed to roll out to the quick pitch. Nothing was there. He rolled out. He's go. Sidearm, stepping back across his body. Yeah. Bam.
Anthony, I want to address that comment. McMahon was in year 4. Or no, he was in year 3.
He was year 3 because he got drafted at 82.
And Fields is in year 3. So
and
I don't want to. It's not a.
JB,
it's not a matter of being
bring up
veteran.
what you were saying about like with those passes from Fields, and he was making some good throws in the game. He did miss a lot of good throws too. He really did. But you can't look at this and say somebody can get into a fucking rhythm in throwing the ball down the field when they're seeing that shit.
So what I'm seeing, if you go back to that, Frank, what I'm seeing is
he's got the glasses on. Terrence got the magnifying glasses on.
He's 50-50 on balls over 20 yards, of which, that one to Mooney, I think if he does that 9 more times, he hits it on 7 of them.
We don't see the throwaways, but
the throwaways are part of the
incompletions.
But if you really look at it, the tight end one right here. This one was Metellus. The 2 on the sideline. That one was to Robert Tunyon, I believe. This one over here.
That was to Mooney.
Was that so? The long one was to Mooney.
Yeah, that was
that long top on the left one. Yes, that was the
Mooney. A short one on the sideline. Was that to EQ?
I don't think he threw the ball once to EQ.
No, the short one. The one on the sideline, that
was the Tunyon one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there was a Tunyon
DJ Moore one. I think that was the DJ Moore one on 3rd down.
No, I forgot.
One of them was on the left side.
The DJ Moore one is back behind the line.
It was Trent Taylor. You remember he threw one to Trent Taylor?
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, look it up. Trent Taylor got 1 target, 1 incomplete pass. I promise you, it was Trent Taylor, number 15. He got an incomplete pass to Trent Taylor. But what I'm saying is, if you look at the incompletes, the 2 that were batted down, and then the 3 to 4 that he threw away, Justin was playing well within what Getsy wanted, but it wasn't working until he stretched the field. You can't count on the negative 2-yard pass getting positive yards every time. DJ Moore is just a different animal, but even DJ Moore is not going to sustain that. He's not.
I also want to address a comment that Samuel made, saying Hackett and Getsy they rode Rodgers' coattails, and now they think they're good. I think that Getsy definitely rode. I'm not talking about Hackett, but Getsy rode Rodgers' coattails And part of what I think is now that he's not with Rodgers, he wants to prove that he's smart and that like he didn't just get where he is because Rodgers was the quarterback, and that's why he's trying all these weird exotic plays. And
exotic.
Yeah, well, not in a good way. Like,
what's exotic about screen right, screen left, screen right, screen left, screen left, screen right, screen in the middle, screen left?
Like just the variations of screens that he's calling, like the tight end screen. They're not good plays. Exotic, like I don't mean it in like in a positive way.
Coach. He's the water boy coach.
Did you ever play Contra when you were little?
I'm talking about like overly complex is really what I mean instead of exotic.
There's nothing complex or exotic about nothing that Jesse calls. Nothing.
I don't know about that.
Who was that we had on? Who was that we had on when we showed him the double corner routes from the slot right and Kari Plastic came wide right, and then he was like, "What the hell is that?"
We showed a few people that.
He's drawing stuff up in the dirt because he doesn't know what he's doing. It's okay, guys.
That was Alex Brown, actually. That was Alex Brown we showed that.
So listen, we have to be able to sit up here and be honest, not just with ourselves, but with the product.
The point is his ego's getting in the way.
Fuck an ego, easy. It ain't about an ego. He's just a dumbass. See, now you're bringing it out of me. You're bringing my foul mouth out of me. Sorry, Mom, but I got to do it. The fact of the matter is that when I keep looking at Luke Getsy, 2 weeks ago, Justin Fields had some kind of crazy stretch before he got hurt. I'm sorry, I said 2 weeks ago, where he was.
It was more than 2 weeks, but
8 touchdowns, 0 intercept. Like he was cooking, throwing the ball vertically, but then
he stopped.
The game he gets hurt, you're back to screen left, screen right, screen left. You're an idiot.
That's fair.
Canada, a proven OC, gets fired in Pittsburgh with one of the greater coaches of our decade, decade of history. But this fool, this Save-A-Lot ass OC gets to keep his job, and he does nothing for the team.
Well, the worst thing was he said in an interview too, where he was just saying, some of those plays, Justin needs to be quicker. He needs to be quicker in getting the ball out to those receivers. The first thing I thought of, man. First thing I thought of.
You almost had it. You got to be quicker than that.
There's Getsy right there.
You got to be quicker on a screen.
Okay, so what you're saying is while the Nagy's and the Tress, just to clarify, JB, while the Nagy's and the Tressman of the world, those guys are more, like they're the ones who try complicated shit for no reason, whereas Getsy's just an idiot, like he's just a foolish guy.
Nagy, and it's not a secret.
Nagy is not a swear jar anymore, by the way.
I don't have to put no money in the swear jar?
No. Nagy is actually gained more respect for me right now than what the bullshit we're seeing right now on offense.
We can get to that another time because he's pissing on himself in KC, but that's another story. I'm
not saying he's good, but
if you look at what Matt Nagy did, he designed an offense for Andy Dalton, thinking that Justin Fields was not going to play.
Right.
That's what he did. Then midway to later through, after he almost got Justin's head taken off in Cleveland, Matt Nagy opened up the playbook and started calling plays that he used to call from Mahomes. And then you saw that's when we looked at Justin, he was like, oh, he almost threw for 292 against that Pittsburgh defense who was stellar.
Yep.
You knew then that kid was more of a vertical to intermediate threat quarterback than this dinking. Don't play him like he's Zach Wilson, or don't play him like
Mitchell Trubisky.
No, don't play him like he's Mac Jones and has no arms. Don't do that.
No, let him fucking sling the ball. Sorry for cursing, but yes.
No, it's okay now. I give you.
Fuck says sorry for cursing.
I'm saying let it out.
Say what the fuck we want to say.
If my mom's listening, I apologize to her.
Man. My mom is listening too.
How old are you, man?
I apologize, Mom. I sweep out the garage.
How old are you?
My mom's Puerto Rican. She swears way more than me, so that's where I got that shit.
Hey,
I'm just trying to be respectful. Anyway, but
I think your mom would let it slide.
Yeah, my mom's cool with it, I think. But anyway, look, I agree with
grown ass men with hair on your face.
What about my hair on my face?
He said you're a grown man with hair on your face.
Yep. Hair on my face, not my head.
No, I get you because I don't like cursing from my mom.
Unless you live in your mama house. If you live in your mama house, don't curse.
That's a fair point. It's a fair point. I do not live in my mom's house, so but yeah.
Neither,
anyway,
neither do I, so I'm not worried about it. But
well, there we go. So we're good. So we're good. But anyway, back to football. I do see what you're saying. That yeah, like Getsy, I guess he is more an idiot than like a guy trying to be the smartest in the room. He's just like he just doesn't really. He's just way in over.
Sometimes I feel like he is trying to be the dumbest motherfucker in the room.
Yeah, no,
I just don't understand why you think this way and think you're trying to be the smartest one in the room. I just don't get it.
Okay, Frank, speak on that again. When we talk about how many people think about being the smartest guy in the room, it's not about, hey, I'm this genius of a coordinator or a play caller or whatever, or designer. You have a Ferrari and you drive him like a Toyota freaking Prius.
Dude, honestly, I don't even think it's a Prius. It's a fucking. They drive.
You can't get much lower than a Prius nowadays. But
this is the thing. When you call plays, and I'm going to name one that pissed me off so fucking bad when he called another freaking quarterback keeper right up the fucking middle, where Justin got his ass lit up and then slammed down to the ground on the back of his head. I thought he was concussed because he got up woozy too.
They should have taken him out of the game after that.
I don't know why they did not take him out. Because I think they only had like 2 plays after that, and he was on the sidelines after that anyway. So maybe they did when we didn't see it.
But here we go again.
When you call a play like that, I'm just thinking it's like the moment that happened, I'm like just sitting to myself. I was like, are they literally trying to make Justin fucking fail because they know that is their only chance of keeping their fucking jobs by saying, we did not draft this quarterback. Now I'm going to go draft a quarterback and I'm going to give myself an extra 2 years. Like that play was the moment where I immediately thought of that shit. JB, you're up. Go for it.
I have an answer and a question behind that answer. If you self-sabotage for the second straight year, but the production, because let's face it, the same play calling, game 1, Tyson Bagent, oh, he's great. Game 2, and not so much. Game 3, game 4, oh, he's not bad. We won. Guess what? They both got 2 wins this year. His play calling, whether it's for a dynamic quarterback like Justin or a systematic quarterback like Tyson Bagent, his offense does not work. It is not sustainable. It is not going to be creative. It is not. Think of it like this. If you, each one of you, I challenge you, if you're DJ Moore, next year, are you resigning if this dude is your play caller?
Well, DJ Moore, he's
Moore. We still got for like 3 more years, dude.
No, I thought he only had 2 years left on his contract after this year.
But yeah,
I'll look that up. Somebody in the chat, look that up.
No,
after this year, he got 2 more, right? That's what I thought.
Yeah. So I mean, he doesn't have an opt out.
I was talking 3 years, as in this year that we still have.
Oh, my bad.
2 more years after this.
And then you look at you don't know what's going to go on with Mooney. No big time free agent wide receiver is going to come here. You still got the Chase Claypool's crap that happened. You got quality play out of Cole Kmet. Now you're not even giving him the ball. You're not designing. You designed a tush push a couple of weeks ago, a tight end screen up the middle a couple of weeks before that didn't do anything. He's not Travis Kelce. And then you have him go out on a route that he had no chance of getting open on. You just have to keep the receivers that we have who are pretty good. We're not great, but we're pretty good. We're a little bit above average in the weapons department, in my opinion. Roshan went off, guys. Like, let's talk about that. Like, Roshan went off.
He had some really good runs.
I think
so check it out. I don't know if y'all paid attention, but Roshan, the carries is weird to me because like the Justin run loosens up this, that, and the third. Because remember, Roshan only had 10 carries, only 35 yards. It didn't look very productive, but it was impactful. But look what he did in the passing game. He had like 50 yards passing on like 4 or 5 catches. Like he did pretty good in the
He had
past.
5 catches for 40 yards.
Yeah, so I was close.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that kid is going to emerge. That kid, to me, that's who I'm running the screens for. That's who I'm running the quick drop checkdowns to. I'm not going to continue to get my receivers killed. And all this create.
Yeah, no, like that. Isn't that what running backs are for? Like the whole idea.
It is. But again, easy. You just touched on it. Instead of keeping Roschon in the block, who has proven himself to be more than adequate at blocking and pass blocking.
No, he's a complete
You want
running
to keep
back.
Tyler Scott in?
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get Tyler Scott too. Like, what are you doing? It's just like it's like these little details that the Bears just never seem to get.
Dude, Mom, where's the meatloaf? I never know what she's doing in there. I never know. That's what Getsy is. We never know what he's doing. Like,
okay.
Like for real, what is he? What is it? If you put him on screen with us right now, and we were able to grill him and ask him any questions, he can't talk football jargon with us because you're going to spin doctor us, and we're going to know you're a bullshitter because you don't know what you're doing. You got a lot of years of football on this screen. We've talked to a lot of people that played the game at a high level, got a lot of money, and won Super Bowls. They're saying he's not a leader of men. He doesn't know what he's doing.
He's not. He's not a leader of men at all. He sucks.
Are you talking? You're talking. Wait, are we still talking about Getsy, or are we talking about?
We're talking about Getsy right now.
You have to galvanize the troops. Easy.
Right. Well, yeah. No, I'm with you. Although I do want to. I want to talk about Eberflus for a second because the defense has been playing very well, and right now it seems like the main problem with this team is the offense and offensive coordinator. Do you see a scenario? You know where I'm going with this, and you know I want to preface this, JB, because sometimes I feel like you think I'm just playing devil's advocate. I don't support this, but do you think Eberflus has a chance of keeping his job if the defense continues to play this well? Because he is a defensive head coach.
No,
you don't think so?
Because you have to win.
But let's say they win like 4. Like there's 5 games left. Let's say they win 3 or 4 of them.
So let's go on the ladder.
Look, we got Arizona and Atlanta. Those are winnable.
It does not help us to beat Atlanta. I mean, I'm sorry. It does not help us to beat Arizona.
Right. Correct. But
it doesn't help us to beat anybody at this point.
Well,
look, all I'm saying is, if the Bears run the table, they're in the playoffs. So I'm just saying, like, playoffs.
Get the fuck out of here.
Here's the thing, guys, that I want you to realize, and I'm gonna answer your question easy like this. What have you seen production-wise that would garner this group to get another year, let alone another draft?
Well, I think they should be fired, but I could understand an argument where someone would say, well, the defense has gotten better. Like, they've shown some consistency.
The defense has gotten better as a unit. I agree. But how much of that plays? Because look, again, I have to say this. Completing and finishing games counts. And that's why I say you have to give Justin credit for having a pretty well-played game, because he did something that people say he normally doesn't do. He closed out the game and put us in a position to win.
Yes.
Even under duress. The old Justin would have took those 2 sacks. He threw the ball away. I'm sorry, 3 times. He threw the ball on that last drive away, I want to say 3 times before he got the 2 first downs.
Mm-hmm.
That last pass, I could be wrong. I doubt it. I wish Barrelissimo, if you're watching, if you can bless us with the all 22 tomorrow, because I'll be trying to find it. I take pieces from every video so I can see the whole picture. It takes about 40 minutes. That pass to Darnell Mooney looked like Justin said, whatever Getsy called, man, forget you. Where's number 2?
Fuck it.
Where's number 2? Because that pass was like, they were passing DJ off like they didn't think he was going to throw the ball. Look at the coverage.
It looked like the safety went to cover Tyler Scott, who ran a corner.
Thank you. He went off screen, like a deep corner off screen. DJ, it looked like he did a deep post and then kind of settled in on the in the zone.
Yeah,
but
the little soft spot.
In my opinion, the reason Minnesota played that was because let me take away the look of your deep threat because I know you're going to check it down because that's what you've been doing all night. Justin did not look for the check down, which he had to the right. He was like, where's number 2? No matter what, hook or crook, I'm finding DJ. And I wonder if DJ came to the huddle and was like, dude, find me.
I would be surprised. I would not be surprised.
And the reason I asked that is because if you look at that play, you cannot tell me that that play is not available often when they're freaking playing cover 0.
No, you're right. I mean, no, like you're going to tell me that when they're playing cover 0 that DJ Moore can't beat his man? No, DJ Moore could beat most corners in the NFL. That's why you give up so much for him.
But why doesn't Getsy see that?
Because he's a dum-dum. I think we've established that.
Oh, Flintstones. Hey, dum-dum.
The great Gazoo. Sucks.
The great Gazoo. I'm sorry. Y'all don't
so,
remember.
Frank, what is this clip that
it wasn't coming up for me, so don't worry about it.
Oh.
Yeah,
what was it supposed to be?
It was actually the Sunday Football Night in America with Brandon Marshall and Cam Newton when they were talking about Justin Fields.
Really?
Yeah.
I would like to hear about that because I told you, B. Marsh. Anybody?
Let me try to set it up in a different quality.
B. Marsh on the show.
Yeah, I'm going to try to set it up in a different quality to see if it.
B. Marsh, Martellus, because y'all brothers keep it real. And the thing that I hate. Go ahead, Easy.
Oh, I'm just saying, Martellus said some of the truest shit about the Bears after the Lions game. Did y'all see that?
We were reading it for a little bit. Yes.
Yeah, he absolutely nailed it.
Thank you, Ann. I appreciate that because we definitely feel very passionate about our fan base, and we feel even more passionate about our Bears. But if 100 people are telling you it looked like a duck, it quacked like a duck, but you're telling me it's a rooster, no, Mom, it's a duck. And Luke Getsy is a lame duck. He's a duck.
Yeah.
We don't.
I don't understand why they don't just let like there's no point in having him anymore, even after a win, like winning the game. You know, I just don't see the point in having him.
That's it, Easy, because we talk on this show, we talk about vision. What did Easy? Listen to me, because you can feel me on this because you're more creative with your mind, the way you think.
JB, before you even get to that, you did use the magic.
But you got to have vision.
Gotta have that vision.
What did Luke Getsy see that he thought was sustainable that us, the couch potatoes, saw that was not sustainable? It's like, what is in his? I wish I knew. If I had,
I am a creative guy. I am a creative guy, but I don't even think I could come up with a creative answer for this one. I don't understand. Like, it's just it's something that you figure out when you're playing Madden at 7 years old. Hey, if I call the same play over and over again, they're gonna know it's coming. You know, it's not rocket surgery. I know.
Oh my God. Hey, Ant Stewart, you said the Vikes were in cover 1 on that particular play. Single high safety, you run underneath.
Well, they also they kept bluffing, they weren't blitzing at the end. They weren't blitzing everyone, at least.
They were dropping in the coverage, but what I did notice is Harrison Barnes makes a lot of those calls and has the authority to make blitz coverage calls and stuff. Harrison Smith, I'm sorry, not Harrison Barnes. That's basketball.
Cha, real smooth now.
And my point about that is, fellas, listen. Simple things. If my man bails off the screen, if he pulls a Chris Conti, something's going to be open in the middle of the field. And I'm glad Justin and DJ, however that call happened. But you can't not tell me that was a Luke Getsy call because it's been available the whole night. And you're telling me you wait till that particular time to call that deep of a play? Because guess what? If they don't connect on that play, game over.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Game over.
The thing that frustrates me with Getsy in this situation was, and I saw it so much in this game, and I expected it, and any NFL freaking offensive coordinator should expect it too, at all those blitzes. Those corners were playing our wide receivers at least maybe 2-3 yards back. That's it, if not right in their face. It's and you're seeing these blitzes coming. You're telling me Tyler Scott, who runs a 4.3, DJ Moore, who is explosive off the ball.
Darnell Mooney, who's explosive on the ball. Can't beat these guys quick off a one-on-one, and you just fade that fucker right up to him.
Every NFL quarterback, for some reason, on third down, be it long, short, or something, on that particular play, takes a shot.
Yes, we don't.
We did it one time, and Tyler Scott stopped running. Remember last week?
He hesitated.
Hesitated. That don't mean you stop running it, but also, guess what? Sometimes you can do a double move. Oh, there's a novel idea. What's a double move?
Who knew that fucking existed?
Hey,
I've seen DJ Moore do it quite a few times, probably when he wasn't even supposed to do it, and it worked.
Hey, when they coming down quick like that, what's wrong with a sluggo? You know what a sluggo is? Slant and go.
Welcome to the show, Luna.
Well, you used a magic word. You said slant.
Hey, puppy.
They don't run
Luna.
a slant.
Luna like the moon?
Yeah, like the moon, exactly. She's very happy to be on the show.
Like PJ Mask.
Correct.
No kids, the PJ Mask show.
You lost me, Frank.
Yeah, well, I'm the only one with the young kids, so it's understandable.
Oh, that's a fair point.
I have a young kid and a grandbaby, and I still don't know what the hell you said.
All right, hey, shout out to Crazy who jumped on really quick to upload.
Oh, did Crazy jump on?
Yeah, he jumped on to upload that really quick. So
where's he at?
Crazy, play it, baby.
Oh, he's okay. He's in the back. Okay. Thank you, Cricket Commiss. 916.
Did you play it easy?
Oh.
He puts up the nice part.
This is my first time back the opening day, September, when they played against the Packers. And I walked on the field and I was like, oh my goodness, this kid has it. He can do everything magical. And so hopefully they figure it out because he is special. And I love Justin Fields. Love.
But I think, too, when are we going to start holding coaches accountable for them potentially being the issue, right? This is the NFL. You got kids from Ohio State, Michigan, Auburn, Georgia, Florida State, Miami, UCF. We'll settle for UCF, but we'll take them too. We could take a kicker or two from there.
This is what y'all gonna get at City Winery. Go to City Winery right now. Get the ticket.
But, it's so hard for players to hold a franchise, people accountable for certain things. It's okay for a player to say, Coach, hey, it's a little too complex for me. When you go public and you speak your mind, I think, that's when you're labeled something that you're not. And I think he could never say it. And I will always challenge that status quo. But he is good enough to be a dynamic player in this league, without a doubt.
I agree.
Agree 100%.
No lies.
And shout out to the black Colonel Sanders that Cam Newton is rocking right now, because
no, that wasn't Colonel Sanders. That was a mix between the Riddler and the Mad Hatter from Batman.
I saw Colonel Sanders in that one, just a younger version of.
You gotta look at the hat with the card in it. That's the Mad Hatter. And you look at the glasses and the bow tie.
I just saw the beard and the mustache.
Not the Riddler, the Clockmaster, whatever his name was. No,
I saw the beard and mustache.
Hey, whose voice was that I just heard?
What?
Brandon Marshall and Cam Newton.
Oh, okay.
We just played the video.
I think Cam Newton knows a little something about quarterbacking.
Especially about quarterbacks who get their ass whooped because offenses run them to the fucking ground.
I mean, no. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that I think that Cam Newton had a passing camp that Justin Fields went to when he was much younger, and even then Cam was like, "Yeah,
makes sense."
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? Cam Newton has done something that no Bears quarterback has ever done. Threw for 4,000 yards.
Yeah, and won MVP.
I can't
Prime Cam was something else, though. Let me tell you.
He was.
I love watching Cam.
Must see TV for sure.
Fellas, let's jump back, because now we're in a position going into the bye. Players gonna rest up. Players gonna get better. I would think maybe no, that's not quite accurate. But I was gonna say maybe we get a little bit of healthy and we see Devontae Foreman come back into this running game. I feel in this particular.
I like Foreman more than Herbert right now.
I was gonna say that I like the Foreman Johnson combination more so than Herbert.
I do too.
Herbert only had 6 runs. Johnson had 10. I think. Well, clearly Johnson. You said easy 5 for 45 or 5 for 40.
5 for 40 catches for Roshan.
Right, and then Herbert.
I think he had a third conversion. A third down.
Roshan did miss one horrible block that led to a blitz. Like that.
But we know Herbert's not getting past.
The difference is like he went for it though, and
he did. But he did it. He did an Eddie Jackson, and he hugged air on that block.
And that's what I said. Like I see. I could be wrong, but I'm trying to get into the mind of an idiot, which is hard. Roshan. Look, Herbert started and was the feature back, but Roshan had more carries and more pass attempts. So Roshan, i.e., was more productive.
I still want to see a game plan centered around him. Like, I want to see him run the ball like 25, 30 times a game. Like, I don't understand why are we even passing so much?
Like, I don't. Well, first of all, I don't understand what about Sonic.
It's about hugging air and missing a block because there are numerous people. Who I love you all. I will never take it to a level of saying stupidity at its fucking finest. But anybody who is going to say Komet is the reason Justin Fields fumbled the fucking ball, you guys can go straight to hell on that one.
Yes.
All right. Like, I mean, you can't blame a blocker for somebody like the fumble where like ended the game. What was that against the Lions and everything? That one, you can probably blame the blocker on that one because Justin had no freaking time.
I mean, that's Darnell Wright. You have to blame him on
exactly. Like, I mean, there's no time. But blaming Cole Kmet for not putting a perfect block on when Justin Fields fumbled the ball in an important situation when he knew the hit was coming. You can't put, I mean, that's just so stupid if you're going to put that on Cole Kmet.
One was timing because the ball got hit. The other one, like I keep telling y'all, you have to give the defense credit because
every fumble you're going to be giving defense credit too. Because I mean, yeah, I know which one you're talking about. It was a perfect peanut.
And his name Metellus, that's the safety,
it was
right?
A perfect peanut, but still at the same time, and I mean, I'm not dissing Justin on this one, but
you still hold the ball like a loaf
of bread. You cannot in those circumstances.
No, he was like this on that one. He was tucked, and dude just
evidently he wasn't holding it tight enough.
It was tucked.
People
to the
do
side,
that shit all the time.
Right to the stump.
People do that shit all the time. No, fuck that. He's not getting a pass.
The defense
He's not getting a pass. I don't
give credit
what
to
you say.
I'm with T-Nick on this one. He's not. Yeah, you can't let him off the hook for that.
Great play. Bull. If we can sit up there and give our defense credit for creating turnovers and fumbles and punching the ball and stuff, you got to give their defense credit for doing the same.
You got to be able to do both.
Nobody's not giving their defense.
I'm not giving them credit.
It's just we're not giving Fields a pass.
Check it out. Justin ain't no damn running back.
So
guess who that happens to?
He's a football player. He's a football player.
Jalen Hurts. Did y'all watch the game? Happens to Jalen Hurts. Happens to Patrick Mahomes. Did y'all watch the game? Happens to Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. So say if one of our defensive players gets a turnover and gets the ball.
Happens to Lamar Jackson.
No, it was the fact that it happened twice in a row. That's what did it for me.
It could happen to whoever. It doesn't matter. It's still going to get blamed for losing the ball.
But my point is this. Maybe if you don't call some of these dumbass up the middle runs,
I'm not denying that.
Put your quarterback in a position to get the ball punched out.
Yeah, I'm not denying
that. It looked like he ran on his own accord on both.
Well, that first fumble.
No, he ran with nobody open.
On that one. I agree with Easy on that one. He didn't trust his arm or the play call on that one, and he just ran it himself.
Like, y'all got to stop that. Y'all have to start giving credit where credit's due, because that's part. Like when Christian McCaffrey fumbles, I don't see nobody saying, "Oh no, it just happens. He got hit hard." He fumbled just as well because the defense made a good goddamn hit. Same here.
JB, this is the thing on what Terrence is trying to say, though. Terrence is trying to say that, yes, we're not dissing the defense for making a great peanut punch tackle and fumbling the ball out, but I cannot not blame somebody. Hey, I'll put it on my Cole Kmet, who has a few fumbles this year.
Nobody said blame Cole Kmet.
I didn't say anything about Kmet. Did not get blamed for that fumble.
If a person is balled up like this, the great Travis Kelce last week just got the ball punched out with like this.
Yeah, and people are still going to say, I mean, no, it does happen.
Happens.
But The problem is
I'm not going to harp on
Justin too much.
I'm not going to harp on Justin for that play when the defense made a hell of a play. I'm not. What you need to harp on, what you need to harp on is why he ran 17 freaking screen and bubbles and all. That's what you need to harp on.
I'm not saying that's not an issue either.
But we are mentioning it.
You can mention it, but T,
like I want to harp on. But I want to harp on something.
Make it seem like that was like the first one, that single loaf of bread. That's Justin's fault. Although I still wouldn't have called that freaking play up the middle because both of them happened up the middle.
I don't know if that first one, though, was a designed run up the middle. I think Justin did not like the fucking play call and tried putting it in his own hand.
But if we could go back to it a lot, you remember there was a lot of plays where Justin, as soon as he said hike, somebody was coming straight up Lucas Patrick.
You're not wrong on that. And that was right up the fucking middle.
It was like, oh,
that
shit,
was Lucas Patrick all fucking first half, man. He was getting pressured right.
Which leads me to my next segment, because I would love to hear all three of you plus our fans out there. I was listening.
Ooh, the hat's going on.
To one of the affiliates. Now I'm just gonna say it. I was listening to Captain J Hood this morning on the way to work. And I heard J Hood say some of the dumbest shit I've ever heard in life. And I used to think J Hood was a pretty, smart guy.
He says a lot of dumb shit.
He does. And sometimes you wonder, like,
a lot of dumb shit.
Are you Pinocchio? Like,
he's the dumbest smart person in the room.
There is no strings to hold me down. Bullshit. Because the
reason dissing you, J Hood, if you watching this.
I'm not dissing him. I'm just saying he's saying some dumbass shit, because now you're saying, and I quote when he was saying today about the upcoming draft, that there's no way with the Bears having the number one pick from the Panthers, there's no way you miss out 2 years in a row on drafting a franchise quarterback. I said, pump your brakes. Hold on. I said last year.
Let's break this shit down. Let's do it.
We're going to break it down. I said last year, if you don't trade the number one pick, you don't get the extra picks, and you don't get DJ Moore. If you draft Bryce Young with that number one pick, guess what?
We'd be doing exactly what Carolina.
Same thing. Thank you, Frank. So that's the number. That's the first dumb thing you said. Secondly, you want to talk about the 3 quarterbacks that was drafted in the first round is actually doing something. Well, only one of them is CJ Stroud. And guess what? Frank Reich, the quarterbacks guru, who was the head coach of Carolina, he didn't want Bryce Young. He wanted CJ Stroud.
That's true.
Now he's fired.
But there's something about the front office getting out their own way.
Bears organization knows about
their new ownership. Go back to the Bears doing this dumb stuff for years, because like John Fox, a 2-time Super Bowl appearance guy with 2 different teams, told you all when you came in, you was like, wait a minute, you get Mike Glennon. I don't want no damn Mike Glennon. Then the same draft, he's like, okay, you know what? That's okay. I ain't worried about Mike Glennon because I'm going to get Deshaun Watson. Mitch Trubisky, he said, whoa, I'm supposed to win with them? Hey, look, maybe you didn't check my resume. I went to a Super Bowl with an aging Peyton Manning, but before that, I went to a Super Bowl with Jake Delhomme. I need my guy.
I thought you said an Asian Peyton Manning.
Aging.
Well, how the fuck does that work?
I was like,
but my point being is this: if you do anything, Mr. J Hood, Mr. Jonathan Hood of Columbia University, love your media program, by the way. Everybody should check it out. If you do anything of the sort, if you say you keep, and then he said this, you keep Justin and we're keeping his coaching staff. No, you don't. Ask Mike Tomlin about keeping a coaching staff. Mike Tomlin said, you know,
you're keeping this coaching staff, Justin's not here.
Josh Allen, McDermott got rid of one of the better OCs. Guess what? Anybody know who the OC he is? Who they got now?
Who would I Rams? McDermott?
Sean McDermott fired
Ken Dorsey
from Miami. Who is his offensive coordinator now?
I'm gonna go with Brett Favre.
No.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know who
Peyton Manning.
His offensive coordinator is the same coordinator that got Matt Rule fired in Carolina a couple years ago.
Oh shit! What's his name?
It escapes me right now because
I'm gonna find it.
I'm fired up.
No,
Matt Canada wasn't cutting it.
Matt Canada's it's Joe Brady.
Joe Brady. I'm sorry, Joe Brady.
Matt Canada's the one who got fired in
Pittsburgh.
I know that because Pittsburgh fans don't shut up.
So what I'm saying is this, fellas. There are times when you know you've got a better quarterback than you do coach. Get somebody in here who can develop this kid. Put him on a Matt Jones contract. You know, Matt Jones got that. People are like, wait, Matt Jones getting $40 million, blah, blah, blah. That ain't hurting the Giants because guess what? If they don't like what he does after the 2 years, he's
gone. Yeah. And that's why I'm going to tell you this right now. If any quarterback's going to be moving up or any team's going to be moving up and spending a boatload in that draft to get a quarterback, it's going to be the New York fucking Giants.
Hey, let me ask you all this. Go ahead. This question. How much more time do we give Justin?
Tomorrow. I'm just no. I actually thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say coaching staff at first, so I thought I'd try jumping the gun. I bit myself.
As what position?
Huh?
As me as John Bowles on the Chicago Clubhouse podcast, or me as Kevin Warren, me as Ryan Poles?
No, you as JB.
You as JB. That's me. That's what I'm hoping.
So me as JB, I'm calling Kevin Warren. Hey, tell Ryan Poles you got this.
You ain't got his number.
Get rid of Eberfuck. Get rid of Luke Sketchy.
Dweeberflus.
I like that.
Dweeberfluke.
See, that's why I mess with you, Easy. I like that. And bring in some people that can develop because you can draft Drake May, Michael Penix Jr. You can draft Caleb Williams.
Doesn't fucking matter.
This particular regime cannot develop.
Nope. Well, the problem is this organization can't fucking
and guess
what? They couldn't develop Trubisky either.
But guess what?
T-Nick, I can answer your question, T-Nick. I give him 2 years, 2 more years.
2 more years.
I
pick up his option and I let him play it.
Yeah, exactly.
If you pick up the 5th-year option, you have to pick it up.
Here's there is one stipulation with the 2 years thing, and that is. And people, I know all three of you are going to disagree with me on this. Again, I am just the messenger here. But some people who know way more about football than I do still think Caleb Williams is a generational talent that should not be passed up.
You smoke crack, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you?
Every now and then. But that's not the point.
That was perfect timing. Whoever did that, perfect.
No, but
I knew he was gonna fish some dumb shit, so I was ready for it.
I'm not.
But it's the messenger. It's fine.
No, but look, I'm not. I don't support. I haven't. Look, if I'm being honest, I haven't watched. I don't care about USC. I haven't watched.
I have watched
Williams to form an opinion on him. And also, I'm not an X's and O's expert. I always say I'm a professional fan first and foremost. And it's so I don't know. Like I never saw it with Caleb Williams, but a lot of people who are way smarter than me think he's like the next best thing. In which case,
way dumber than
I'd understand wanting to move on to get him.
Okay, so cause for pause. Because if you remember, the Bears picked up the 5th-year option on Mitch Trubisky. He played his 4th year. The option allowed them to get rid of him his fifth year. They traded him. Remember, Mitch Trubisky went to Buffalo. Look it up if you think I'm lying. He went to Buffalo before Pittsburgh.
You know he went to Buffalo.
I'm saying they were able to get rid of him. So in the 5th year, once they didn't like what they saw in the 4th year, they were able to get out from under him.
Correct.
Same things as what's going on when I keep saying Matt Canada. When Brian Dable took over the Giants, he was like, I see something out of Daniel Jones. Go give him this 5th-year option. Pick him up. We're going to go. Unfortunately, Daniel got hurt.
They paid Daniel Jones $160 million.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They didn't get into a long-term.
They didn't play. They only paid him $84 million over 2 years.
Oh, no, they paid him way more. I'm pretty sure they paid him way more.
No, they paid him a lot of money for 2 years, but the thing is, it's only
he gets $42 million a year. No, it's like 41.
It's not like they gave him a 5-year deal. So
no, he only got 2 years. They picked up his 5th.
Okay, it's not all guaranteed, but the contract is $160 million over 4 years.
And he's only guaranteed
2 years. 2 years,
right,
so they can get rid of him after 2 years.
That's what I'm saying. If he's not anything next year, you can do that with Justin. You pick up the year because here's the thing: what Justin gives you. Let's say you bring a new head coach in. Somebody with some salt in the game, right? When you have a rookie quarterback, yes, the organization's clock. No, I'm sorry, the management's clock resets. But if you're a head coach right now, do I want to start over and grab my bones with somebody who don't even know if he gonna be good or not, or somebody that I know can at least produce and have some NFL experience and is not that bad, who I know just had bad coaching?
Yep.
I think they should hire the coach before they
I'm
make
ready when my turn's up, because I'm ready to explode up on this bitch.
No, come on, Frank, because here's the thing. Like I was saying about Jay Hood, like when you say that you keeping Justin, we got to keep getting him, you're wrong. And when you say you can't pass on generational talent, what generational talent are you gonna get? Because I'm telling you right now, if you keep this coaching staff, Caleb's gonna suck. Bo Nix is gonna suck. Michael Penix Jr. is gonna suck. Drake May has been. If y'all watch college,
Drake May's been struggling the last 2 years.
Drake May
when people ask for the evidence, of why the organization sucks, like, what do you mean by the organization sucks? The answer is it's because they don't know how to hire coaches. They don't know how to get coaches.
No, I can't say that because
they hired
the right coach with John Fox. You hired the right coach with Lovie Smith. You let him go.
They just did not let John Fox do what
easy.
You don't let the coaches. They don't know how to handle coaches. I should say they don't know how to handle coaches.
No, there's nothing to handle. Here's the thing: Bill Parcells most famously said, "If you want me to make the dinner, at least let me buy the groceries." You have to get the coach's input on his philosophy of what he wants. If I want to run a vertical threat offense with somebody that can't throw the ball more than 20 yards, I'm going to fail.
Correct.
That's what we got now. Ryan Poles should not be allowed to hire I like Ryan Poles. I say we should keep him as GM. He alone should not be able to hire the next head coach. It should be a collaborative decision between him and Kevin Warren, who is a football guy. He ain't a hedge fund guy. He ain't a trust fund guy. He's an actual football guy. Has organizational ties to the Minnesota Vikings.
Let me get my stuff out there now. Now I'm ready.
Go ahead, Frank. Please.
Now I'm itching like a motherfucker.
So excited.
So to answer T's question on this one, in my opinion, yes, I am still picking up his option and keeping him for the 5th year. But as going down to JB's question, his coaching staff cannot be here if you're gonna fucking do that. All right. And then I'm gonna go over to Easy's side on this one. Fuck a Caleb Williams. All right. I don't give a shit about what the fuck they keep saying about this generational bullshit. You know who's a generational talent? Marvin Harrison fucking Jr.
Hey,
that is a generational
wait.
Talent.
Let's stay focused.
I also like the left tackle from Penn State.
But Caleb Williams, and if anybody wants to question me or debate me on this shit, look up the fucking stats. He is 6-11 now. Versus top 25 defenses in his college career with now a 3.8 turnover ratio against those teams. He does not do one fucking thing better than Justin Fields. He might, if you want to say anything, have a little bit of a stronger arm, but Justin Fields still has a fucking cannon, so I don't really give a shit about it.
He's slightly more accurate because of the plays that are called.
Yeah, I mean, you're always going to be, because Justin had that shit in college too, people. That it's a different fucking game, all right? But am I picking up his option on this? Yes, because I don't see a generational talent quarterback coming out of this draft, all right? And now to flip it to this fucking coaching staff. The next time I wish that I was a fucking bug in the room when they're interviewing these coaches, because if I hear one fucking person come out and say, it's like, oh, my offensive scheme will fit great for Justin Fields.
Oh, wow.
I don't give a fuck if your offensive scheme you think is going to fit for Justin Fields. I want what the Houston Texans did with Stroud right now, where they came in and built an offensive system with him and what the successful shit he did at Ohio State. And look what he is fucking doing. Why can't people understand that? Why can't you do that stuff? I don't care if you think Justin will fit in your system. This is the same exact shit we got with Mitchell Trubisky. I don't care if you thought Mitch could fit in his system, Matt Nagy. Nobody gives a shit. Build an offense around what he does well.
Good stuff, Frank.
God
Good
damn.
stuff. I need you to woosah. We're going to have one more opinion about this. My man, who said that he would give Justin one more year. So we're gonna hear his opinion. Then we're gonna get in the shout outs. Then we're gonna get the fuck out of here. Let's bring in my man Crazy Ace.
Yo, I'm not muted, right? Y'all can hear me all right?
Yeah, we hear you.
All right, yo, what's up, everybody? How's it going?
What's up, man?
What's up, good to see you, brother.
What up?
Yeah. Hey, so no, I would look, real talk.
Brother.
So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna say my piece, right? I honestly think you have to give Justin Fields one more year. And I'm kind of like with Easy. I would almost say that you would pick up his 5th-year option with stipulations, though, at the same time. If you're gonna go and pick up Caleb, that means the Justin Fields experiment, that's what we're gonna call it now. After year 3, it's gone. It's over.
And you failed him.
And you're completely cleaning house. Like the whole coaching regime's gone. Freaking, you know what I'm saying? Heck, some of the other players on the roster are going to be gone, which we already know. But I think you're completely cleaning house and restarting the clock now. What that means, though, is that Poles is going to stay, and then they're going to go and be like, yo, this is your last shot. This is what you got to go ahead and fix stuff. But I don't know. I don't know, man. I would love to see Marvin Harrison on the team. I'm not going to lie. But depending on how they finish this year, I see them trading down still. I'll be honest with you, to pick up more collateral, man. I don't know.
I think if you're going to do something like
generational
that,
talents.
Yeah.
And
I think if you are going to do something like that, you have to, I mean, that fucking, you have to get even a bigger haul back than you got for fucking last year.
Well, I'm not saying they have to go and they have to even get out of the top 5, because I think they're going to win out of the top 5 right now.
And hopefully you get that second round pick back.
They're going to win out of the top 5 with their pick. And I think their pick they have with Carolina probably still going to be within the top 5. They're going to trade up with one of these other guys that are there.
Let me ask you this, Crazy, because if you look at draft capital, right?
I know, Mama. I know. I lost it.
Why can't you trade if we got the 4th pick, possibly trending to the 3rd, maybe 2nd-ish? Why can't you draft Marvin Harrison here with the 1st pick and then trade that our 1st pick to get more capital? Because there will be some team that will still feel they want the 3rd or 2nd pick.
You have to look at the value. If Carolina's pick is number 1,
okay,
right? Remember, because you know how all these teams now, they use this weight scale, right? And so look at how much the 1st pick, how much is weighed, right?
And you know what? Some egghead made that and people fell for it. How about football knowledge with the Bears?
I 100% agree with you. I agree with you. I think that shit's overly used and it's overly complicated. And, you know, hey, you should go. If Marvin Harrison Jr. is there and you want him, you should get him. I think he would freaking go. And if you can get a different OC to have him, and then freaking you have DJ Moore on the other side with Justin, I think it could be a deadly combo, right? But again, you got to have the right pieces. It doesn't matter who the hell we have, right? Just as much as we say you got to have the right players on the offense and defense to be able for your scheme to work, you got to have the right people behind the scene calling that shit.
Yeah. And I mean, this is the thing. Marvin Harrison Jr., regardless, if we didn't have number 1 pick, he wasn't going to go number 1. A quarterback's going to go number 1. All right. And I honestly think the number 2 pick is probably going to be a quarterback too. So, I mean, if you get a haul no. Well, we don't know who's going to be at 2 yet. We don't know who's going to be at 2.
If you look at how certain things, does anybody have the draft board as currently, not the draft board, but the draft stats as currently possessed? Because I know we're 4th. But here's the thing. Everybody that's in those slots doesn't necessarily need a quarterback. You were talking about somebody that needs to move up to get a quarterback. Think of all the teams that have quarterbacks and think of all the teams that are looking to get rid of quarterbacks. There's not many. That's why we're trying to say the Bears are actually in a very good position. You can get Marvin Harrison Jr. with that 1st round pick. A quarterback does not necessarily have to be the very 1st pick. That's just dumb thinking when you need a quality number 1A/1B receiver.
This is the thing, though. Like, I mean, I'm looking at this, JB, and I'm seeing if I'm going to pick somebody that I think is going to be at the end of the year picking number 2, I'm actually thinking New England's going to be at number 2. And they're going to get
number 2 right now. Can we?
No, they're tied with us at 4.
I have it up right now.
Arizona, I think, is number. Arizona is number 2.
Let me see the date on this. Oh, this is from today. Yeah, can you put it up on the screen real quick? All right. So currently, I'll zoom in too. So currently, right now,
Arizona's
Carolina
number
1, Arizona number 2.
I still think Murray's going to get them out.
The Bears are going to be 4. Commanders are 5. Giants are 6. So let's just say top 10. Bucks are 7. Jets are 8.
Hey,
Chargers
guess what?
9, Tennessee
Guess
10.
what? Guess what, fellas? In the top 10 right now, it's only one team that might draft a quarterback, and that's New England. One.
I still think the Giants are taking the quarterback.
What you mean?
I still think the Giants are taking the quarterback.
Why? Why are they taking the quarterback right now?
They don't have a quarterback.
Yes, they do.
They got Johnny Dimes. What are you talking about? No, I don't think they're going to do one next year either. Though. I don't know if they're going to draft one though.
Daniel Jones is an Eli Manning without freaking a
I
ball.
can see the Giants. I can see the Bucks. I can see a lot of those.
Carolina's pick is ours. Take that off the board. Number 2.
Arizona will not draft a quarterback.
They can't because they owe Kyler Murray too much money.
And that I agree. New England will.
Might be, but Bill Belichick is such
The Giants might.
And why not the Bucks too? Are you going to be rolling with Baker
Bucks
Mayfield?
might.
Tampa.
The Jets might.
Let me finish. See, y'all just talking. Don't listen. Let me finish.
No, I'm
the only thing I need to hear you say was nobody in the top 10 to go pick quarterback.
Put it back up, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
I said the only reason New England might is because currently constructed the Mac Jones experiment is not working. But 2 years ago, Belichick took Mac Jones to the playoffs. That's more decided on if Belichick is going to have that job or not. So that's the outlier that said they might take one of the 3 top quarterbacks.
He's still going to be in the organization, though.
Listen to me. The Commanders with the Sam Howell, they're not taking quarterback.
No, I don't think the Commanders will either.
The Giants, because of Daniel Jones being hurt this year and Brian Dable actually advocating and liking him, if they take a quarterback, it will not be in the first round.
If Daniel Jones was healthier, when Daniel Jones was healthy, he sucked.
They went to the playoffs last year with Daniel Jones.
We're talking about last year, though. He has not done a damn thing this year.
His first,
you got to remember though, they extended Daniel Jones.
He's only 2 years guaranteed. He's only got 1 more year.
But I think there are 3 quarterback prospects who are better.
Ryan Dable loves Daniel Jones. That means something.
Let's go arguing on the sidelines. I think
let's go on to 7. Baker Mayfield is the bridge quarterback because the owner likes Kyle Trask. That means something. The New York Jets are not going to draft a quarterback because guess what? They're planning on winning with Aaron Rodgers next year.
Aaron Rodgers is 102 years old, though.
So if the Giants were going to go and draft a quarterback, it wouldn't be until after the 24 season because then they'll take a cap hit.
They'll take a cap hit.
Exactly.
Thank you.
So they have to keep Daniel on for 24 because he'll have 35 mil.
Well, I mean, you're still going to, even if you draft a quarterback, it doesn't mean you're not going to keep him on.
But I'm saying they might draft him in the later round.
Can we take that down now?
Yeah. You can take it down.
The team that might actually draft a quarterback of all those teams is actually number 11, which is the Raiders. And that depends on 2 factors.
Commanders, New England, Bucks, Jets. Yeah.
How adamant is what's his name? Mark Davis. How adamant is he on making the selection himself? Because remember, right now, they fired their general manager. They don't have one. And Antonio Pierce is their interim head coach. Antonio Pierce likes Aiden O'Connell. Don't know what that means. Don't know what that means for the future. So you're saying that the number 11 team, they don't have to trade for the number 1 pick. They could trade for the number 4 pick and still get one of the top 3 quarterbacks, y'all. Period. You have to look. You have to listen.
But like, don't you? I don't know. I still think that the top 3 quarterbacks are more enticing than a lot of the quarterbacks on the teams that are in the top 10.
No, who?
Well, I think I still think that scouts have a point when they say Caleb Williams and Drake May and probably Penix to an extent are definitely
May stock has risen the last 3 weeks.
Sam Howell's pretty good, but I don't know if I'd want to ride with him over some of those guys.
The only way he leads the league in passing, right?
Well, yeah, no, yes. I also know that.
So Sam Howell's not trash.
I'm not saying he's trash. I'm saying,
he's not in a good offensive scheme, really.
They're being talked about like
he don't have no line.
That too.
To not have line and to not have a real prominent line and to throw for 3,000 yards already, that means him and Eric Bieniemy are doing something good.
I don't follow the Commanders like that, but I think the question would be: Does the Commanders think that Sam Howell is a long-term answer? And the answer is yes. Then they're not going to draft a quarterback. But if they think he's the long-term after, if they don't think it is, then they're going to go after a QB.
I like Sam Howell. I think he's good, and like there's a reason. I don't think that because he's leading the league in passing, it means he's a top quarterback by any means. But I could definitely see the Commanders wanting to go with, like these people that like any of these quarterbacks that these scouts are touting as great as they are.
I would be concerned if the Commanders drafted a quarterback. I would be more concerned about the new ownership and what they think is going on, because you just drafted Montez Sweat and them and what's my man named Chase Young, all of them for Deron Payne, all of them was first round picks. You just got rid of 2 of them, and now your defense sucks. Now your defense sucks. Yeah, so what are we really talking about now? Like, guys, come on.
Hey, if we're going to keep talking about Sam Howell, how are we not talking about, like, is Sam Howell a good quarterback? Or are we saying that obviously we should have maybe looked at Bellamy as being a head coach instead of fucking.
No, Bieniemy right now clearly doing more with less with Howell leading the league in passing.
And this is with no offensive line. He's leading.
But at the same time, see, guys, you have to look at what's going on. You have to look at the forest for the trees. The Commanders have new ownership. Ron Rivera just fired Jack Del Rio, his defensive.
It's going to be the Redskins next year. I'm calling it now.
I think it's going to be the football team, but
no, it's going to be the Redskins. The person who owned the name of the Redskins is suing the organization right now, so it's. Going to be
really? Oh, I didn't know that. That's something different. Thank you for the information.
Yeah, that was a few weeks ago.
We don't know what ownership is going to do as far as a new coach, let alone if they want to draft a quarterback. And let's say they do, right? They don't have to trade all the way up to number 1 because
I think they're going to give Howell another year regardless.
They can take our pick at 4 and we can still get a nice little haul, because what we need to do is we need to swap picks at 1, and we need to make sure that we get a 2nd round pick, maybe a 3rd or 4th or next one next year.
That's even as who was it? I think it was Truth that said it earlier real quick in the chat. He was saying like, yo, if Carolina all of a sudden feels motivated because now they got a new coach or whatever, we could, you know what I'm saying? We might lose that first spot.
They not because
they have nothing to.
Bryce Young has nothing.
They have an awful fucking team.
No, but at the same time though, it is true. Like, okay, we talk about this as we're going to keep the number 1 spot. We didn't think we were going to get the number 1 spot last year. Thank you, Lovie Smith. You know.
All right, look. What I think we need to do is we need to wrap this shit up. And next week,
man, you a killjoy, man. You don't like having no fun, man.
First, before that, you know what? Killjoy, call me Killjoy.
I want to do one thing. I want to do one thing across the board before we do this.
We will wrap this up. We will wrap this up, and then we will continue it next week when we have another guest, and we can talk all the shit that we want to. But go ahead, Frank. Say what you were about to say.
I was like, I would love to do, since we were talking about it, we did like a little quick one on the Facebook page to a top 3 coaching candidates on here.
Oh, so no.
Why don't we make that? Why don't we make that a post?
Who do you want to draft?
Well, we already did that.
Why don't we make that
a post? So that's why I'm doing the chat, because I'm doing a consensus, and that's going to lead into like another show topic. So let's not go into that rabbit hole right now.
I'm cool with
that. Let's do that.
Because that's why I'm going to chat. Because I'm going to add what I'm going to do. So everyone's on the
screen. That makes sense.
CCN is going to go, and they're going to put the 3 top coaching prospects. I'm going to go and put the average across, and I'm going to say whenever I get the average, this is the consensus for CCN for top 5, because I know they're not all going to align. So we want top 3. I know they're going to align. I'm going to say top 5, and then we're going to go and put that out as a poll later on within the CCN, this thing, Facebook, YouTube, whatever. And then we'll go from there. And then that way that can lead into another show. So
I like
Bet. Let's do that. So let's get into these shout outs real quick so we can get out of here. Let's start with
what happened to you, man?
I don't gotta go first now.
Wait, hold on. What you talking about, JB?
He called you Bill. He called you Bill. He called you Killjoy.
I used to be saying, man.
Buzz Killington is what he called you.
Yeah, you Bud Killington, man. You killing my vibe, man.
Killington.
Buzz Killington.
I'm sorry, man.
This stuff we need to talk about, man.
I mean, the only thing we can think about that is when we're
disloyal, fool ass bitch made punk.
Ooh.
Oh, damn.
Damn, I still think we should wrap up.
I think the Bears have one on the Bulls, man. Let's not even talk about the Bulls.
But I haven't played
Terrence,
in a while, so I had to get
real talk, because I did want to speak just a little bit more about the draft, but we didn't even do predictions yet. Like, you forget the time.
Well, we don't have picks. They have a bye week.
Oh yeah,
yeah, they're in a bye week. We don't need picks.
I predict we don't lose.
Yeah, this might be a good weekend. Less stress because we're not playing. I'll say one stress. I lost in fantasy football this week by half a point.
That's no
Fuck
stress.
that.
I predict that Luke Getsy will not get fired during the bye week.
Bye week. This be a good week to fire him. Is
not wrong. No, because Andrew Janoko can't. No, they're actually. Did y'all know the Bears have a passing game coordinator? I forgot his name.
Well,
Andrew Janoko would not be next in line if Getsy.
No, we talked about this last week, JB. Remember? We talked about this last week. Getsy was fired. Who would probably take over?
I just want to show y'all this one play that it's a 3-second clip of why the Panthers are not gonna lose that number 1 pick. that was the opposite of a toe tap. You know, when a receiver like Santonio Holmes,
he jumped the wrong way.
Easy,
that
I
was
love that. I love
the opposite of that.
I am not worried about Carolina losing that number 1 pick.
The last 2 minutes of the Vikings game with the Benny Hill music, that shit was epic.
Show that shit again.
It's so good. Dude, that is embarrassing.
How do you go out of your way to not catch a pass more?
Did he think he was on the wrong side of the field? Trying to jump to
that is hilarious.
Who is that? I need to know names.
Yeah, go back one more time.
Number
15. Who is that? Somebody give me a name. Who the hell was that?
God. Oh my
Number
God.
15.
Oh my God.
Somebody.
Oh, I think it's Jonathan Mingo.
Oh, that's Mingo?
Yeah.
Wow, I heard a lot of praise.
Oh my God.
Wait, Mingo's actually
he's
not
pretty
bad.
good at Ole Miss.
He was pretty. He was. You're right.
No, look, he's had his moments.
That's the shit
worst
where I wish
touchdown.
ESPN came back with the not top 10s. Why
Oh, I
did
love
they
the
stop
not-
doing that?
Emotional damage.
No, that would be right up there with Darnell Wright kicking the ball and the Benny Hill play from
Hey,
yesterday.
Starlight said he slipped on Soul Glow. That is Mingo.
I gotta get that soul.
Oh my God.
What is that?
That
Velvet?
shit is so funny. Oh, that shit is funny as
Oh my
Hey,
God.
I guarantee you this: if Carolina had the number 1 pick, they taking Marvin Harrison Jr. for sure.
Oh yeah, there's no question about that. Because I'm gonna say this too before we wrap this up too. Is like all the hate right now for fucking Bryce Young saying he is garbage. I was like, he has a worse set of people than Justin Fields had in his rookie year.
He has. His line is worse. He has nothing.
He has no defense.
When the music starts, you know what that means? Do you know what that means when the music starts?
That means Terrence needs to go pee.
It means that Terrence is quick on the draw.
All right.
We're on the draw.
Crazy, you want to start us off?
That's 8. We're on the
Hey,
draw.
well, thank you for my 10 minutes of fame. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate it. Now, hey, huge shout out to you guys, man. You guys are freaking awesome. Always great show. Like I said, I was a little bit late, but I really just wanted to highlight and saying like. No, the video I posted yesterday on the YouTube story, Benny Hill music at the freaking last 2 minutes, man, shit was epic. But other than that, man, freaking go Bears. Glad we got the win regardless, man. We needed it. Honestly, before I go, I say based on the schedule, I wouldn't be surprised. The Bears play like they have been as for touchdown. They can actually win the remaining like 4 or 5 games. I'll be real with you. Like that's my bold prediction for to finish out. Yeah.
You say you think we're gonna win out?
I can see them. I'll be honest with you. Cleveland doesn't have a quarterback now. They have a good defense, but they don't have a quarterback. You got Arizona, Atlanta barely freaking holding on.
Hey, wait.
Wait. It's coming, JB. It's coming.
Oh no.
Detroit, no. Cleveland's defense is still.
You say that, but we could have beat them last.
I can see us, if anything, going 3-2 and finish off the season.
Well, Detroit is not going to make the same mistakes. And plus,
no, they're going to come out hungry.
Right. I'm not saying that they are going to go ahead and win out, but even then, that's 4 of the last 5 games. I can see them winning.
You know what Green Bay does? They take shots to their deep receivers, but that's another story. Cleveland, that defense is something different, and
they don't have a quarterback.
Yeah,
they don't have a quarterback.
Dominant defense.
You know what?
And with that dominant pass rush defense, you're worried about Justin Fields turning the ball over.
Time out. Cleveland doesn't have a quarterback, but last week they put on 31 points against the Ravens.
They had a quarterback.
Defense in the league.
Watson was playing.
No, Watson left like in the first quarter.
Yeah, and then the older they just had got hurt too.
I'm pretty sure he played the whole game.
Watson did not play the whole game. He couldn't have.
No, No, he was 20 of 30. No, because in the first half.
Right, let's go back to the shout-out.
Anyways, back to the shout-out. I'm just saying, regardless if they win out or whatever, they can finish off with a stronger schedule than we all thought freaking like 3 weeks. So either way, I freaking good Bears win. I'm happy. Yeah. That's really about it. You know, hopefully everyone enjoyed their Thanksgiving. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate your support as always. You know? And there we go.
Easy, it's on you, Playboy.
Yeah, I want to shout out the Chicago Bears for outscoring their opponents on Monday night and winning the football game. That was cool. Made me very happy. Shout out to well, there's not much else good going on in Chicago sports right now. You know, Cubs haven't really been doing much this offseason yet. Same with the White Sox, so not much to say there. But shout out to all our listeners, you know, and everyone who tuned in and watched, even the lurkers, you know. Shout out, as always, to everyone who, you know, tunes into our show. Definitely a lot of fun. Easy Does It Friday. I'm going to talk a little bit more about why the Bears can make the playoffs. I know you're thinking playoffs, but hey, it could happen. Probably won't happen, but I'm gonna be very naive about this, and I'm gonna embrace the naivety a little bit. Shout out to my parents, especially. I think they tuned in a little bit, which is very cool. And yeah, that's all I can think of right now. But I know once JB or Frank starts talking, I'm gonna start thinking of more shout outs. But
yeah, and then you're gonna interrupt us like you always fucking do.
Yes, I am. You know it. No, I'm gonna control myself this time. Also, shout out to Fowl for acknowledging that I was right about something. I think you also had some good comments too. Made some good points.
Oh, I played. I'm watching.
Well, what happened was that second game we got our ass kicked. Or the second half, we just got our ass totally kicked. We couldn't do diddly poo offensively. We couldn't make a first down. We couldn't run the ball. We didn't try to run the ball. We couldn't complete a pass. We sucked. The second half, we sucked. We couldn't stop the run. Every time they got the ball, they went down and got points. We got our ass totally kicked in the second half. That's what it boiled down to. It was a horse.
Is he available or is he dead?
He's dead.
I thought that was the play.
I would take him as a coach.
Hey, Jim Mora passed away.
I'd take him as a coach. That's for
How
sure.
about Jim Mora passed away?
I think so. Oh, maybe he's alive. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I might be wrong.
He said he did.
Well, if he's alive, and he's probably 90 years old or something.
Hey, who said that?
I think I remember reading that he passed away. I guess I'm wrong.
I don't remember that. But I don't want us to be the show that starts rumors.
Thank you, Dr. Truth. We appreciate that.
Well, we gotta reach out to him. Maybe he'll.
And I hope you work for TMZ, man.
Oh, I do not.
We'll take.
According to Wikipedia,
Jim Mora Jr. We'll take either one.
No, he's alive. He's alive. He's
alive. According to Wikipedia, he is alive.
Okay. Woo, shit. All right, go ahead and finish your shout outs.
Well, I'm done.
All right, first I'm going to give my shout outs to the Blackhawks who just killed a 5-on-3 penalty kill to hold the lead right now, which is nice.
About damn time.
Yeah, and since I didn't get my Hawk Talk in and Terrence took a 5-hour pee break and he wasn't on, I'm going to give my little Hawk Talk to I don't know what happened with Corey Perry getting pretty much his contract terminated. I really don't. All the speculations of him banging Connor Bedard's mom, and that's why the Blackhawks kicked him out. I was just like, come on, man. Nobody believes that shit. But,
what?
Well, it happened in Toronto on the mom's trip. So I'm sure somebody tried starting a media frenzy by saying he got kicked out off of the team because he banged Connor Bedard's mom. But nobody believes. Maybe he did bang somebody's mom, but I don't.
He was like, hello, Corey, come see me. Here's my room.
Yeah. But I will say one thing, and I know I got in a few heated debates on this on Facebook. Oh, yeah, they should have traded him, tried to get something for him. You just dropped him. We got nothing back. I'm giving the Blackhawks organization credit for saying not dealing with what happened those many years ago with Beach and saying it's like, I am not letting this drag. I am getting this fucker out of here right now because he did something that the Blackhawks organization is not happy about. And they just immediately cut him. You don't fuck around when you got a young up-and-coming team to have cancer in that locker room. So back to my other shout-outs here. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Shout out to all you guys. Crazy, thanks for jumping on, popping up that video. That was an extremely helpful video because it's nice. I agree 100%, man. It's got to get blamed coaching on these horrible development of quarterbacks nowadays. And that's what we're seeing now. So that's everything I got. I'm going to give a shout out to Foulmouth C on there. Feel better, man. Weren't able to debate you other than on Messenger for the past 2 weeks, which is sad because we are getting into some heated debates on Messenger. And going into that draft, I'm saying right now, I am still so up in the air about Marvin Harrison Jr., man. I want a generational talent. I want him. I'd love to have him. But with that number 1 pick, we need another tackle because Braxton Jones is not it. And I still think we need another pass rusher too. And a 3 technique. Can't forget about that. And to get that 2nd round pick back and you go get that Georgia center in the 2nd round. I will be happy about the draft. That is all I got.
Penn State guy. Oops.
Yeah, Frank.
Thanks for butting in again. Thanks for butting in again, Easy. Fucking
had to do it.
Oh,
and here we go with the quarterback point guard. It very well just so like Morgan Freeman from West. Okay.
Your mic's like breaking up a little bit.
You sound totally not like Morgan Freeman.
Oh.
Never mind.
JB.
Yeah, I mean that maybe you might have sounded a little bit like Morgan Freeman if he was on crack.
You smoke crack, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you?
That's Morgan Freeman.
Hey.
I'm gonna get a little drum.
Shout out to you fellas, obviously. I'm gonna say this now. Look, if you do trade the pick, the number 1 pick, and we can have a draft show next week. The number 1 pick got to be MH Jr. If you trade that pick, if it's between 2 and 4, don't let it fall off the top 10. Because right now, in my perfect world, fuck Ryan Post, if I'm the GM, the Bears need to hire me. I'm getting MHJ. I'm trading that pick. I'm getting another 1st round pick, another 2nd. I'm drafting Joe Alt or J.C. Latham as my left tackle. Then I'm getting my 2nd round pick back, and I'm getting Alex Van Prin of Georgia. I just got my wide receiver to complement DJ Moore. I just got my left tackle of the future. Hopefully he's a stalwart. And I just got my center. I just fixed my line. Don't overdo it, Bears. The Bears do one thing really, really good. Pick the wrong people at the wrong time. Never do they get the person that's sitting right in front of them with the need. Remember, we had Thomas Jones and they drafted Cedric Benson. Can't make this up. We needed a receiver. We passed on Randy Moss. That's what the Bears do. But in lieu of all that, it's time to get into and Chat was very lit. Chat was very lit from start to finish. I want to first and foremost shout out is that keep going. God damn, the chat. See what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to scroll up to the chat now, and it's long. Bear with me. I'm still scrolling. This is a good thing. That's interaction. So, Crazy, we thank you because you were one of the first ones to get on. We appreciate you. Skylock 99, we appreciate you. Cookie Kramish, Easy, thank you. Even though you already gave your shout out, we appreciate it. Jeremy Bauman, thank you for chiming in. Bullets, brother from another, thank you for chiming in. Scott J. Hopkins, Ant Stewart, appreciate you guys chiming in. We have the Bears. Don't know who he is. Looks like a new one. Thank you for chiming in. Ant Stewart, you can catch Ant Stewart on Thursdays with the midweek beer review. Is that what it's called? Midweek review.
I think report.
Close enough.
Joel Charnick, first time.
That's a friend of mine. Yeah.
Hey, tell him I thank you and come back. We appreciate it.
Shout out, Joel.
For the welcome anytime. I'm Casey Barker. I don't remember if that's new.
Yeah, I think she was on last week.
I saw Casey before, right?
Yeah, I think last week was her first one, so she's still newish.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Casey. Keep chiming in. One of your guys, Easy, Noah Gross. Always like to hear from Noah. Noah got some really good insight and content. We appreciate Noah for chiming in.
Smart guy.
Yeah, Noah's an Eagles fan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember having a conversation online with Noah on your show. Matt Evans, thank you for chiming in. Keith Sperry, we haven't heard from Keith Sperry in a minute. Always chimes in on the Facebook page. Thank you for chiming in. Black Sam, especially known. Samuel F. Blackwell, thank you for chiming in. We appreciate the love and content always.
Sperry was getting his ass hey.
Who was?
Keith Sperry.
What happened? I missed it.
He was getting his ass. He was getting roasted.
On what?
Yeah, just voicing his opinion. Some people don't like his opinion. No, in Facebook.
Yeah, man. People differ in opinions, and then people get named. They start name calling and shit. But you know,
some people.
Keith, big up for hanging in there, man. Big up for hanging in
there. Everybody that chimes in via chat or on the page, respect everybody's opinion. If you want to debate, that's fine. Just because you don't agree, there's no reason to resort to name calling. We're above that. We're above any bigotry, any racism, or any of that political bullshit that we don't.
Everybody still wants what's best, and that's.
We are here to talk about sports and have good conversations and debate with people.
We're not talking about politics. We're not talking about
Blackhawks win, mama.
race. We're not talking about skin color. We ain't talking about none of that.
And if that's how you feel, speak your piece, but keep it respectful. Okay? Aaron Kowalski. I know Aaron. Thank you for chiming in. Welcome back. We already said, I think I said Crooked Commiss. Christopher Edgerton. Thank you for chiming in. I know who that is, but I'm not going to let everybody else know who that is. I think, guys, that is about it. Dr. Truth. Dr. Truth has some really good. Hey,
yeah, he's been funny.
It's really funny. He said Caleb Williams equals Jamarcus Russell.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but
yeah, but it was funny, man. I almost spit my beer.
I still think he's more closer to a bust than a generational player.
Just finish out that comment.
Hey, Marlon Joseph Williams, MED. I don't know what MED stands for, but maybe
that's Mr. Chicago, man.
How the hell am I supposed to know that, man?
I knew that.
I thought you knew.
I knew that.
It's in the chat every day.
Man, I'll be listening to y'all. I'll be at work.
That's true.
I'm not working. I'm listening. I don't.
Okay, Marlon Joseph Williams, MED, Mr. Chicago. Shame on you for not going to YouTube with that goddamn blue Facebook icon on your name, man. Go to YouTube. Thank you, though.
Go better.
Mr. Chicago.
Everybody go to YouTube now and hit that like button.
And I think
now
and subscribe. You down.
Yes, hit subscribe. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers.
Let's
go, baby.
Like and subscribe to the Chicago Clubhouse podcast.
So I guess it's my turn now to bring up here.
I didn't finish.
You're not finished?
Shout out to SB. Shout out to
still got to give the number one shout out. he didn't give yet. Come on,
You
play
know,
the
I gotta shout
violin,
out-
relax.
Hey, you don't want me to shout out Miss Sandra?
Oh yeah,
Miss
no, you
Sandra
gotta
has to
shout
be
out Mom.
Now you rushing
Yeah.
talking about it's your turn. I ain't even shout
Okay,
out the
okay,
P1.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, then you shout out the P1 then, man. You get
Nah,
my
you-
money.
No,
you
nobody
go ahead,
shouts
you-
her off with JB.
That's your mama. You go ahead and shout out to mama.
Hey, my mama got a razor. She gonna cut you.
No, she love me. She ain't gonna cut me.
Okay.
Man, shout out your mama, man.
Shout out to Miss Sandra, the podcast mom. If we only got one or two people watching, I know my mom is one. We appreciate it. Shout out to the family. Shout out to my sister. Shout out to UCW Athletics. Your turn, T.
All right.
Oh, shout out to Morris.
Moore's beer. Shout out to Moore's beer. Raise your standards, everybody. Get you a fucking Moore's beer. If you don't have it in your city, call me. Maybe I can ship it out to you. Frank?
Oh, thanks, Steve. Yeah.
Frank, I'm going to get you some, man. I promise I'm going to get you some. I'm going to get you some Moore's beer. And Ace, when you were here, man, I could have got you a case of it, man. You should.
You're good. Next time I head up to Chicago, I'll give you a little bit more notice.
All right.
Hey, can you come up for a little bit though? Like, or do you have to have a quick turnaround? Because I know you leave. You say you leave in March, right?
No. Yeah, T talked about it before. Whenever y'all gonna do something, as long as y'all plan something, I got plenty of time. And then
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm
on
saying.
vacation.
To make sure that you have enough time to make the arrangement to come up.
Yeah, I'll stay up for a night. That's too easy. I just gotta know what's going on.
Dr. Truth.
Say less.
Dr. Truth, speaking the truth. Look at that. Speaking the truth.
Hey, I don't know how Frank doesn't have Moore's. When I drove 4 hours from Indy to Chicago and went to Benny's and got me like 6
I have no idea all the times I've gone out there for fucking live events in downtown. I didn't stop at a convenience store and just pick up cases of
Benny's,
Moore's.
bro. Benny's.
I should. No Benny's by me has it. I've tried 3 Benny's.
He don't fuck with city like that. He don't fuck with city like that.
Okay.
No,
He
they
like
fuck
stay
with
out
me.
there weak.
Oh, you're not from the city.
They don't mess with
That's what
you.
you're saying.
The city
You're a
fucks
fronter.
me.
You're fronting. That's what. You're
Last
saying.
time I went to the city, I got a ticket. Whenever I go to the fucking city, they give me.
Bro, I'm from Humboldt Park. Let's go. Anyway,
I did pay it late, but I did pay it.
So I'm gonna. Can I shout out real quick?
Shout it out.
I bet. My first shout out to my homie Day Money, who always thinks she's right, but man, you're not. 95% of the time, I'm right. 5% of the time, I'm not wrong. So, if you do the math, and your math is mathing,
Let me get out my calculator. Hold on.
You're right 100% of the time.
100% of the time, I'm right. So write that down. Shout out to J Money. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Chat was semi-lit today. It wasn't all the way lit, but it was semi-lit. Shout out to all y'all that contributed to the chat. And the ones who did not, but did watch the podcast. We appreciate y'all too. But you know what you are. You know what you are.
Alley-oop.
That's a lurker.
L for love. Good times.
That's for lurker. You in
It's
the
L for love.
background, just lurking, looking to see who's chatting and watching us.
We love the
lurkers.
lurkers.
Y'all anyway for putting up with our foolishness. So thank you. Thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube. Facebook too, but YouTube is bigger. So please,
We want to go all to YouTube eventually.
Yes, eventually we're gonna be strictly YouTube. And we'll
Dude,
be-
we're almost at 1,000 subscribers, man. So go over there and show us some love.
Keep it going, guys.
We're close. 70
Ball.
subscribers away from 1,000.
What's a ball?
So I do want to shout out to Hugh. We haven't shouted out Hugh in a while. Shout out to Hugh on Sir Mac. If you all haven't gone, you want to check it out. They have parties on the weekends. They be lit. They be on fleek. I don't know.
Pay the meter when you go there, though, guys.
I don't know if I use those terms correctly, but the party is nice when you go there. It's grown folks shit. At least on Saturday night. Friday night, I don't know. But Saturday night is grown folks shit. So you might want to check it out. It's on Cermak. I forgot where in Cermak, but it's like between help me out, JB. It's like between Wabash and
between Wabash and Michigan.
Yeah, Wabash and Michigan. Between
on
Wabash and Michigan on Cermak. Check it out. It's
south side of the street.
It's a dope place. It's a dope place. Another place we have not shouted out, fellas, our apparel that we have not been wearing.
Well, I raffled mine off, so
yeah, you do, because your shit did not fit.
Hey, y'all about to make Franco put on the pants. I think Frank's gonna come back with the pants.
He better not. Oh boy,
man, Frank, do not wear them stretch pants, man.
Not tonight.
No, we don't. There's the shirt. That's the apparel right there. So it's almost like a bowling shirt, but it's dope. And
the design is excellent. Eberflus should be wearing that next week.
And
on the beach when he's fired.
And that comes in a hoodie as well, because it's cold as fuck outside. So
and leggings.
I want to be wearing short sleeves and kind of thin material. So it comes in a hoodie too. So you definitely want to check it out. Get on that website. Whatever that website is. Frank, if you got it, can you throw that shit up there?
Oh, for the zone, yeah, I got it on the banner.
In the zone. In the zone.
People just chimed in, T.
Yeah, some new people. Charles Austin. What up, man? Charles.
And Champ.
Champ. I ain't even going to try to say the last thing.
Champ, you missed out on the Marvin Harrison Jr. debate that we had, but we'll just leave it at this. Everybody on this panel would love.
Hey, that's a good shout out from Lincoln, though.
Everybody would love Marvin Harrison Jr. But if that number one pick comes up and they give us a shitload and we could possibly stay at least in the top three.
Nope. Not doing it.
I know JB's the only one who says take Marvin Harrison at one. I wouldn't be mad at that.
I agree.
Okay, so can I just finish my...
Well, you're the one who told me you had to bring up in the zone, and then we just got all side and
you're right,
started up a whole new fucking shit.
You're right. So, hey, I just want to shout out. I shouted out the chat. I shouted out Hugh. Shouted out Moore.
Nice.
But JB shouted out Moore. I want to shout out Visions as well. Visions. I said it. I said Visions.
I know, but you have a handle on it too. If you're gonna say it, get it ready.
But you got to have vision.
Yeah. You're quicker than me. You're quicker than me.
I already played it. So I thought my idea of playing it was better.
Oh, you almost had it. You're gonna be quicker than that.
It's not as fast.
Well, remember when Pee Wee Herman died and we said the magic word? We were a lot quicker with that. Like,
yes,
we were.
That was hilarious too.
We were on our game with Pee Wee.
That was so funny. But yeah, so I want to shout out Visions. They always have a huge crowd. Every Bears game, a huge crowd. And it's on the south side. It's on 119th and is
Loomis?
it Bishop?
Loomis.
Yeah, Loomis. 119th and Loomis. It's right off the Bishop Ford. And the chicken wings are fire. Oh my God. The chicken wings are so good. But I mean, they have other stuff too.
I got Chili's chicken wings.
Oh God.
Gotta love them suburbs.
Wow. Teaneck froze at such a perfect time.
The chicken wings are banging in Vision, but they have other stuff. They have like Philly cheese steaks. Everything is good. So, next Bears game, get out there. Get out there, 119. If you haven't come to the South Side, let this be your first time getting out there. You have a good time. Promise. If you say my name, you get a free drink. Say my name, you get a free drink. Tell them put it. I got you. I got you. But aside from that, shout out to the biggest Bears fan I know, and the reason why I'm a Bears fan today, my pops. Rest in peace, pops. The reason why I'm a Bears fan today, man. Passed away on March 16th, 2023, but never forgot. And with that, I'm done. So, anybody else got anything they want to say?
Wah.
That shit is hilarious.
Dude,
Bruh.
I really
that shit is so
crazy. I'm gonna talk to you
wild,
afterwards.
man.
We gotta start a not top 10 just for
I'm very down. And some of it will be.
I don't know why they got rid of
the Donna Wright kicking the ball.
That shit is so funny. It's like he tried really hard to not be embarrassed.
Ooh, easy.
really
That should
looked
be
like he thought he was on the
that
other
should be
side
a
of
not top 10 for the end of the year, like the end of the new year. Not
How
top
about we
10.
do like a mid? How about we do like a mid-year one and we do an end of the year one?
We gotta have these guys showing brotherly love, blocking each other.
Yeah, I mean, we could have made one last year of just our center who is doing very well in fucking Philly right now.
We used to have one. No, he's not in Philly. He's in Baltimore.
But same shit. Good offensive.
No, it's not.
Same shit. Good offensive line.
But no, but appreciate y'all, man. And now I get to go back and take care of my sick wife. So.
All right. So in conclusion, I always conclude with this.
You got to decide whether you're a wolf or a sheep.
So I have to decide right now.
Who's the sheep? Who's the
Eber puking?
No, that was rhetorical. That was rhetorical. This has been a Chicago Clubhouse Network production.
Fire Getsy.
And cut.
Hi, I'm David Jones.
Oh, we didn't even talk about.
Was he in the game?
He was. He returned the first kick.
The opening kickoff return. That was.
You're still here. It's over. Go home.
Good night, Ohio State.
Go paint your toenails, Caleb Williams.
Think about your last days, Getsy.
I hope.
Hi, Justin Fields.